You're now listening to the Something Good Podcast Network. Please press any key to continue.
I've always had the opinion that any country music made after 1998 is garbage.
And on that note, welcome everybody to this week's episode of the Couch Brotatoes.
With hard truths from Morrison.
And the giggles over here with Mr. Stiff. Welcome back, everybody. We've just gotten back from another wild day of Pokemon hunting. We've
damn near called them all, I swear to God.
That's the thing, is like we wound up we learned our lesson from the last time we went out, because we went out last time. It's like going to the grocery store without a list. You come back with a bunch of shit you don't need. And we weren't gonna do that. So we went big boy status. We actually made spreadsheets of what we have and need.
I immediately went home and made a spreadsheet as soon as we got done recording, and green listed all the ones I had, yellow listed the ones I'm getting. It just left blank.
Yep.
And God damn it, now it's starting to get expensive.
It's like we were doing hot. It's like you've been a little bit faster on getting cards than I have, because it's like I know I'm going to wind up revisiting some of these shops or like maybe buying a thing or two on eBay. So like there's a handful of cards that I'm intentionally like not buying yet, because it's just like I want to still be able to get a card or two later on if I want. I want to get it all in one go. But we had some major luck at three main shops that we like kind of visiting just to kind of pick up little cool collectibles. First up, and actually side note, make sure to follow us on the Instagram, and if you still have TikTok, follow there, and on the YouTube page, because we actually, as we've been talking about doing a couple times, actually filmed going around to a few of these shops. So each of the shops we mentioned today, I will have an accompanying video in the coming weeks posted on those social media pages. And one of those being CRAZY COOL COLLECTABLES. We've not been able to talk them up enough, and you racked the hell up over there today.
Oh yeah, damn near finished the collection on there. And I traded, got me some store credit left over. I think I got like 90 or $100 left.
Hell yeah. No, they do like independent eBay selling. So like if you just don't feel like doing it yourself, you can go in there and they'll do it.
They'll cut you a deal and sell it for you. No, that's a great little spot, man. But they also have they will sell it to you.
Yes.
Too. That's another cool thing. But nah, man, just all kinds of different shit in there. You like movies? They got shit for movies. You like games? They got fucking games. They got an arcade coming. It's coming. You like hot dogs? They're gonna have hot dogs. They're gonna have hot dogs. It's gonna be fucking great.
It's slowly turning into one of my favorite places to go to.
Yeah.
Ever since the first time we walked in, I loved it, but it's like he's been curating it more and updating it more. And the other positive thing is it feels like he's gotten a lot more foot traffic over this last year as well, which just makes me so happy.
Well, it's the build up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad he's expanding the arcade, because when we first went there, it was just more stuff in the back, which is fine. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it's just it's good that he's able to diversify a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And now it's a hangout spot, which is what really drives traffic.
And I think that's always kind of what he wanted, because he's got that really big sign on the front door that's by the second time you come here, you're not friends, you're family, whether you like it or not, in so many words.
And we got stickers on the door.
I know. We finally upgraded, so now we've got a fistful of stickers and a Couch Potato sticker on the door. So that made us feel super awesome. He's just hey, there's one other sticker on the door. Find that and put those around it. That way people see it as soon as they come in the door. And both of us are just grinning. We're like, oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell of a nice guy. Definitely check it out if you've got the chance. And like I said, check out the video. Hopefully that'll be coming out here soon, if not by the time this video episode rather comes out. But yeah, you were out. My favorite thing to get over there right now when it comes to the Pokemon cards is they've actually made their own packs. Yes. 2 for $1, and it's just a bunch of first and second generation bulk.
Yeah.
But it's still so fun just to be able to rip that pack open and thumb through.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And especially right now, since both of us are just trying to, in our own ways, collecting the first 151 cards.
Yeah.
It's so awesome when you've got like so little in the collection. You crack that open, and it's just like, oh shit! I actually needed a Tentacool, or a Growlithe, shit like that.
And that turned out great. We got there was a few from Ray's later on, but we'll talk about that later. But no, I had went out earlier in the week to a couple spots and was able to find a couple NES games.
Yes.
Anticipation, which is the whitest fucking cracker game you can fucking buy. It's stuff that it's 6 people. It's like the cast of Friends that got rejected, and they're all just like 2 controllers just playing the game. And when you actually play it, it's just a fucking board game. It's the first video board game,
which means it's going to be horrible.
Yeah,
and I cannot wait. And you gifted it to me.
Yeah, but it was only $3,
and I cannot wait to play that thing. It's gonna be. I'll play it on stream. It's gonna be such a headache. But yeah, you wound up gifting that one to me, and then might as well go ahead and talk about it. Then we went over to Ray's shop, the Comic Monstore.
All repaired and fixed.
Looking awesome. And that place, as I was telling Ray when we were in there, that spot is dangerous for me. Because on my own time, I'll dig in and I'll buy some retro video game stuff online, or, hit a couple little shops around town. We go to these card places, all of a sudden, the shiny, ADHD in me is just like, ooh, I want all these. Ray's place is dangerous because when you walk in, you're greeted with just a bunch of comic books and card games and Pokemon stuff. But then the further you move into the back, you're greeted with more Star Wars stuff, and the entire back room is nothing but like overflow of comics and action figures still on the card stock. Maybe opened, but like you've still got like the card stock and like the plastic on top. Yeah, that's dangerous because I keep forgetting I definitely have an affinity for action figures as well. And I can kind of stuff that one down. But then all of a sudden when I walk in that back room and I see a 1996 Spider-Man Hydro Man action figure from that 90s TV show, I go, fuck, I can't walk out of here without this.
Yeah, I was able to pick up Dr. Mario.
Yes.
Not a bad price, $8. Mm-hmm. And I got a Palpatine from episode 1 to add to my villain collection.
Perfect.
Yeah. I should have got actual Palpatine. That's what I forgot about.
And the hollow variant Palpatine.
Yeah.
That we were making those just because there really was like a holographic, not in the rainbow sense, like in Pokemon, but like the hologram type. And we were just making it just like, oh shit, it's the first base rare holographic Palpatine, first edition.
But I was able to put a kind of pretty, I think, a decent deal on 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Got a holographic Blastoise and a Chansey, so like that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
because I knew those cards are going to bite me in the ass anyway.
That Blastoise, because Ray and I were just kind of chit chatting at the front, and it's like I just looked down when he went to like answer a call, and I just immediately went, Chris, because that was one you were talking about even on the way up. You're like, it's gonna be a long time before I get that Charizard. The Blastoises aren't too expensive. The Venusaurs are kind of pricey. And as soon as I saw that in the case, I was like, Chris, you might want to look at this.
And go back to like Crazy Cool. I had a stack of cards I was gonna sell. They priced them out to like $295, $300, and gave me about $150 in credit for it. So like, I don't care because all those cards meant nothing to me. I bought those cards for pennies.
Oh yeah,
and I was able to get sword credit, which is going to cover 2 custom posters made for me, and probably 2 others, and I still have like $10 left.
And see, and that's we kind of like what we talked about last episode with like the people, just the scalpers kind of semi-ruining this stuff. It's like part of the joy in this is like while we're running out and like grabbing these things, it's like we're getting extra bulk. Mm-hmm. Either we're going to just flip it around, resell it to a card shop so they can, pass it on. Or like in my case, what I want to start doing with a lot of my bulk is I want to start doing giveaways, like on the live streams. It's like, fuck all these scalpers. It's like, if I'm looking through a binder and I happen to spot a card and there is a kid literally beside me and he vocalizes it first, I don't care if I've been hunting for this thing for months. I'm going to look at that kid and be like, bro, awesome find, as I pull it out and fucking hand it to the kid, because that is the most important bit in all this.
Yeah, it's just like, we are doing this as a hobby at best. I'm not trying to resell these. This is just, hey, I had these as a kid. I'm going to have them again as an adult. That's it.
Yep.
That's all I'm doing. Just say the episode 1 toys.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And kind of like what we were joking with the guy at Crazy Cool. It's just like, yeah, we'll go out, we'll buy some new packs, crack those open, maybe get a good hit on that. We'll come back in, sell that to you, and just get some store credit so we just buy more cool shit.
Yeah. I have no problems doing that. But we did have a guy coming right behind us.
Yeah.
And wanting to do kind of the same thing I was doing, sell some cards. He had nothing but Japanese and first edition American cards, all holographic. And
beautiful cards.
I think he was expecting the fucking world on these, and it's like, no, guys, they're running a fucking business.
Yeah,
they're not going to do that. But she took her time. I'll give her that, because I had a cigar box full.
Yeah.
So if
we hung out for a few hours.
Oh yeah, we had a good time.
Oh yeah,
bullshit.
I say that positively.
Yeah, because this cocksucker never saw Tombstone.
You found an entire group of people that had never seen Tombstone.
It's unbelievable. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
We all felt shamed by you.
We should. It's the greatest Western ever made. But I digress. But no. This guy did have some like valuable cards, but they tried to tell him, like, they tried to let him down easy. It's just like, look, this is what we value him at. If you want to sell them on eBay, we can sell them on for you, and we can do it that way. And she told him, you can get them graded.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I think I get it. Then do it, man. That's the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
And then I pulled him aside, waiting for him and her to stop talking. Like, hey, man, I have cash on the barrel. Like, I just hit the ATM before we walked over.
I got leafy green spinning money.
If you want actual cash, which you can get now, instead of waiting and paying shipping and shit, I'll pay you what she valued them at.
Yeah, because that was a cool thing. She wrote down the value of each card and then was just like, wait, and here's what we'd be willing to give you for it. You're looking at the value price going, I'll just pay you her quote.
Yeah, and that's off her quote.
Yeah.
And, she looked these cards up, and these are the value of the card. So,
and she knows her stuff too.
And like, so be it the value of the card. I'm like, but if you value it more, I told him, I was like, man, put that shit on eBay. Go get it graded, and make the investment and go do it. He gave me his number. I gave him my number. If he makes a decision, he makes a decision. Yeah. Not a big deal. But that was, I consider that kind of a light conversation compared to some of these motherfuckers that'll go into these places a bit like, because going into the next place we went to was the Pokemon place in Huntersville, which we enjoy going because we got the card books, which I think we finally picked them clean.
I think we did.
But before we picked them clean, though, someone else came in there and cleared that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
He said all his 151 boxes got sold. I noticed all those little packs we bought last time were gone. A couple of the books were cleaned out.
Yeah, he was saying, because I forget the name of the recent set that came out in the past week, but he was saying he had just got a
Prismatic
new
shards or something like that.
Yeah, he had just gotten a shipment of those in, and within an hour was sold out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, damn.
The only thing he had left was a Japanese variant.
Yeah, and even then, one customer was just like, I don't know. Let me go ask my person in the car. Disappeared for about 2 minutes, came back and went, How much are they? Yeah, let me get 2 of them.
And like, so I was able to pick some. You were able to pick some out of those books. And there's a lot of stuff we overlooked last time, obviously. But we was able to pick some. I was able to get some holographic ones. I ended up spending like $90, which is the last bit of cash I had on me. Which was I pulled $200 out for a reason. I've spent my $200, and that's what I allowed to spend.
Yeah.
The end. But no, I got what I wanted.
Responsible gambling.
Yeah. But like, I got what I wanted. It's not a gamble, because it's exactly what I wanted.
We didn't get any actual packs this time.
But in like 2 weeks, I'll pull out probably another $100 or something, and we'll go get the last ones I can find. I'll probably try to find ones that aren't that fucking expensive.
I was gonna say, so the big problem's gonna be getting that Charizard and the Evolutions.
I'm not even worried about that one. I'm not worried about the Charizard. I'm worried about the last row.
Yeah,
because at the tail end of the 150 is when they finally started releasing them. But
the
eBay,
Dragonite,
the birds, and that, if Lapras, like for some fucking reason.
I know, right? Of all ones.
A Venomoth.
You got your Gyarados.
I did.
You got your Gyarados.
But like, got the Alakazam, all them. Like, but like, you know.
Oh, and the fucking Gengar is going to be expensive too.
Yeah, but I'm not worried. If it takes, this is gonna be like an end of the year.
Oh yeah,
hunt, because I still got some other stuff to find.
Oh totally.
But I got it in my original blue binder, which apparently goes for $200 if you find it wrapped.
That fucking blew my ass back, because again, it's like as we're like sleeving our new cards and putting them in order and updating our spreadsheets and everything, it's like I'm hopping on eBay and just like gawking at like the sealed prices for like some of these, and then I just started like dicking off and looking at some of the others, and it's just like even the non-graded holo Charizards are like $200. It's like motherfuckers.
All I'm looking at is a fucking reprint.
That's what it's gonna have to be for me. I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot unless it is. Here's my criteria. If someone was able to confirm for me that this card was an actual one I had as a kid, meaning I opened this pack and this was my card, because I gave all my cards to my friend. I'm sure they've gotten shuffled around and passed around. I would pay upwards to $50 to have a holographic of something I genuinely pulled as a kid.
No.
That's my price limit. Yeah. I can't go above that, but you got to prove to me that shit was mine. If it wasn't, 20. I'll pay 20 for a really pretty card. That's going to be my limit.
my justification, and this is one reason my justification from buying from Ray, what I bought, was it's Ray.
Absolutely.
He's a great guy. He runs a great business, and he's on the up and up. And that's why I bought those. If it was anywhere else we went today, even Crazy Cool, I wouldn't have paid that much for it. But like Ray has probably got the best little like gym in Salisbury when it comes to that kind of stuff, and he deserves every fucking dime he gets.
Seriously, yeah. Anyone that's in the Salisbury area, definitely check out Comic Monstore. You will find anything for you there. If you are a nerd of any kind, you will find something there you like.
Yeah.
And plus, also, I'm not speaking like for instance. On our last episode, we talked about diversifying our portfolio of collections and shit like that. I guarantee you there's stuff that I would spend money on that you'd be like, no fucking way would I ever do that. Like when I start getting in my vinyl record bug, you would personally probably never spend $50 on a vinyl record.
I wouldn't know unless it was probably like a side George Jones album or something.
Yeah, no, there's many a $50 record in my wish list that's like, when I get back around to getting my vinyl bug, this is one I want. So no, I can't look at anyone sideways for spending money on something that I personally wouldn't, because I'm over here buying one of every color of my Game Boy Pockets, looking at $50 and $100 vinyl records. It's like I have no room to talk.
But yeah, man, we had a pretty good hunt today.
It was really good.
Cranked some old Reeves Brothers. Mm-hmm. New country band on the scene since 2020.
Oh yeah,
fucking sounded fucking pretty good. And then we heard the one and only Randy.
Yes, I was able to. So one of my chat streamers turned me on to Randy a couple months ago.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And it's like, and again, Chris and I have been busy, so it's like when we were able to finally reconvene, like today I remembered, I was like, fuck, Chris, I gotta show you Randy. And he's just like, the fuck? And I was just like, no, trust me, it's like this really cheesy metal shit. And I brought it up like early in the day. And it was just like, I'll show it to you later. And then like in the car, we were just like playing different stuff. I was like, bro, pull that up. And within like 30 seconds, you're like turning the volume up louder. You're like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing.
It's fucking power metal, man. It's the best driving music you can fucking have next to country music. Like it's the shit. It's so good. And
I'm definitely putting the song at the end of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
It's happening.
Rise of the beast. It's so good. It's like the Reeves Brothers, man. It's quintessential of what that shit should sound like.
Yes.
Cheesy metal or cheesy country. You know, but it sounds good. And another thing we listened to was a rare song that's not on the catalog of one of the most popular fucking country music artists out there. Randy Travis, fun fact, wrote a song for the animated show Hey Arnold. It's not in his catalog at all.
It's like the King of the Hill song.
Yeah, but it's the simple things. And he wrote it for this show. And I have talked to people who have loved this show. And when I bring that up, they're like, oh my God, I forgot all about Mr. Wu's fucking country album. And it's Randy fucking Travis. And
that's insane.
And when you're my age, I'm 35. When you're my age, that's 90s country is what you listen to with your parents or whoever you were with. And with my mom, it was 90s fucking country music, like Reba McEntire, Trisha Yearwood, Garth Brooks. That's what we listened to. And with my dad, it was Leonard Skinner at AC/DC. But hearing that shit, and I'm just like, this is the greatest song he's ever had. And it's on a fucking cartoon show. And it's not on Spotify. And I don't think it's on iTunes anymore.
No.
But holy Jesus. You heard it. It's a great country song.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. And I love the comment section on YouTube when they play it because it's okay to play it on YouTube apparently.
Yeah.
But they're like, this is the greatest country song ever written. And it's not released on any platform because you just can't.
Well, I love when you wind up watching, a kid's cartoon and then you realize a rather adult artist is doing something.
Yeah.
My favorite one, what Oingo Boingo had the Rugrats theme song, stuff like that. But the most interesting one I find is Black Dahlia, singer of the Dwarves. If anyone out there knows the Dwarves, blood, guts, and pussy and all that shit. He also did Do the Sponge from SpongeBob. He wrote and performed that for the show. Yeah. I blew one of my coworkers' minds with that one because she knew about the Dwarves and also big SpongeBob fan. I was like, oh, so you know about Do the Sponge? She goes, oh yeah, it's a great song. I was like, think about the voice. And she started playing in her head. She goes, no. And I pulled it up and played it, and sure as shit, Black Dahlia.
Well, Nicktoons had a whole bunch of music artists appear on Doug, the show Doug. They had the Beats, the knockoff Rolling Stones Beatles band.
Yes.
And those were actual fucking musicians that played on it. I forget what band they were. Fucking Green Day. Is it fucking King of the Hill? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's fucking hilarious.
Sports Center. No, it's not Sports Center. Fun Center. Well, I mean, King of the Hill was real big on getting just musical artists.
Oh, they had Brooks and
guest
Dunn,
star.
Randy Travis show up.
I mean, Tom Petty was a mainstay for a while.
They played themselves, which is hilarious. Yakov Smirnoff, stuff like it. Just all kinds of people.
Chuck Mangione.
We'll talk about Mangione later.
There's a more popular Mangione in the world now, and it feels so good.
Pop, pop, pop. Just Chuck Mangione covering a fucking Killer Mike song.
Oh my God. Yes.
I just smoke motherfuckers like it ain't no thing.
Oh God.
Yeah, but no, we had a good run today, man.
No, it really was. And again, thank you again for all the NES games, because as I said on the last episode, it's the only thing I might want to do of getting every game possible is going to be the same thing as that Pokemon card shit. Yeah. I'm going to get 2 fucking Tupperware tubs full of NES games, and you're going to be like, hey man, how's the hunt going? And I'm going to be like, it's going good, Chris. I've only got about 10 more to go. You're gonna be like, oh hell yeah, man, let's go on that hunt. And I'll be like, 3 of those cost over $600.
I can't wait till you find a decent gold copy of Zelda.
Oh. See, that is one I've kind of kept my eye out on, because you can find them
for cheap,
but you gotta look.
Yeah.
You gotta be patient, and I am.
Video game world's gonna be your golden goose when it comes to that. Buying the off-brand ones.
Mm-hmm. That, and honestly, Marketplace.
Yeah.
When I get to the spot that I can actually drop maybe $50 at a time on video games, I can start getting those lots of 20 games where people are just 20 games, $50. It's sold. That's how I'm gonna boost up that collection big time. Yeah, there's.
It's gonna look good.
I need more shelves. We need more shelves. Well, has there been anything else that's kind of come across the table of Morrison over the last week or so that we haven't really covered?
A coworker of mine went and saw Mini Kiss. And said, and said it was a fucking fantastic show, and for $25, which is a fucking steal for live music.
I would have so gone for $25.
Yeah. He told me all about it, man. He's like, they're fucking awesome, man. It's and he's an old school metalhead, so he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And I pissed him off, dude. I'm like, man, you ever listen to anything but metal? Like, I'm just out of curiosity. Yeah. He's like, nah, fuck him. And I'm just like, yeah, that's a metalhead for you.
That's a real metalhead for you.
That's the golden one right there. Hell yeah.
Yeah, my life's been kind of slow on my end. I've only had one day off between the last time we recorded and today. So yeah, my life's kind of been at a standstill, other than just doing a little bit more editing and video, photo work and shit like that. Finished an album layout, did a couple flyers. So, trying to stay busy on that regard, but nothing too interesting for the listening audience.
Hell yeah, DWIs and alibis. Hell yeah, man.
Who knows? Like I said, maybe it's going to be too late by the time people listen to this, but who knows? Maybe the only interesting bit of my day is going to be doing an early stream tomorrow, trying out that game you got me.
Well, anticipation. Dude, the other thing I keep doing that is because, like, Tim Curry had posted something. Tim Curry, the actor, had posted something, and someone posted and literally 3 years later went back to that post. Patient.
Oh my God.
To make the meta joke about fucking Rocky Horror Picture. And I'm just like, bravo, sir. Bravo.
3 cheers for you, sir.
Good for you, man. This held it. He was like, after week 3, this motherfucker's just like, I could do it. I could do it.
I wonder if he had a timer set on his phone.
I don't know.
If it was a Facebook memory.
He's probably waiting for somebody to post the second part of it, and no one ever did. And he just went back and replied to it. Because it's Tim Curry, It's
gold. Yeah. Absolute gold.
Oh, one thing I found out, Billy Idol's going back on tour.
Yes, with Joan Jett.
And the Blackhearts.
That's going to be... I'm kind of tempted.
Yeah.
I'm kind of tempted.
If the ticket price is right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's going to be fucking high.
What would be your price limit?
$25.
I was going to say a $25.30 after fees for me.
Yeah, $25. Or I'll just show up and buy a ticket, man.
Yeah, do like I did for the Kiss Motley Crue show. Tell myself, no, I'm not going, no. And then the day of, buy lawn seats online, show up, do a $10 upgrade. Oh, God, no.
I wouldn't mind seeing Kiss with Mini Kiss. That would have been fun.
It's a short opening set. Yeah. It'll be fine.
He said they've had full. That the guitars are full length.
It's probably all lip sync because
he said they were reaching, like they were literally struggling to reach the tops and the bottoms.
The only reason I say that, and maybe they just got someone new, and I say this in full like factual way. I'm not trying to be mean. Their arms for the drums.
Well, he said the drum kit was small.
The movement of the arms and the amount of free-flowing cross movement?
He said there were little drums.
I'll take his word on it, but I have seen videos of Mini Kiss, and like the drums are a track with like real guitars and stuff on top. But that poor guy in the back, he's trying his best, but like his little arms are just waving with the sticks.
Because I asked him, does it look like do the drums? Is it kind of like the drum set where the dude from Dream Theater was playing like the Hello Kitty set?
It is. It's like the first act drum kits you get like at Walmart.
Yeah, there's like the little Hello Kitty.
Yes.
And that motherfucker's just playing the fuck out of it. He breaks it. He fucking breaks it, dude. If you watch him, he breaks that fucking bass drum. He uses that kick pedal and it smashes through it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, good times.
Good times. Nothing else really interesting happened over the last few weeks.
It's 2025, man. We're golden. We're good.
Nothing interesting happened with the inauguration day or Elon or...
I salute you.
His heart goes out to a bunch of people, apparently.
What a fucking idiot.
We ain't gonna talk about that. It just felt worth mentioning.
If we make it to the end of the year, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. It felt worth mentioning in the moment to at least timestamp when we're recording this. And as we slowly but surely get ourselves back into the groove of the old ways, I think it's about time for us to move on over to our main topic. I'm going to see if I wind up having different music for it by then for the new season. As I always told myself I was going to get...
the beach.
Well, I kept telling myself I was going to get like different music for like the main topic and the news segments, and I never did. Never did. So maybe this is the year. And then it's just like, and no, he did not. But since we did wind up missing a decent chunk of time, and honestly, my fault, I was kind of getting a little slack on our news and main topics. Some of those news and main topics were kind of faltering near the end. So a good way, it was Chris's idea, and I wound up kind of rolling with it, is do a 2024 year in review. Because holy fuck, some shit happened last year.
Years are always chock full of shit.
Yeah. And let's kick it off with January. One that kind of kicks this off in the right way. Within the first few weeks of January, Elmo took to Twitter and just asked a very, very innocent question. Hey, how's everybody doing?
What a dumbass.
He opened up a Pandora's box of everyone in their 20s to their 60s unloading on this little Muppet. All the way from like Chipotle being like, bruh.
Yeah, like, don't ask questions you don't want the fucking answers to. And this is another thing. This kind of goes like to corporate Twitter accounts.
Yes.
Where they can be funny and meta and stuff like that. Don't put a fucking Muppet on there. Don't.
I just love the fact that like it got so extreme.
Yeah.
Elmo did a press tour being like, it's okay to talk about your feelings.
And you know what, man? It is. It's fine. It's fine. But you don't ask.
Don't ask. You don't want to know. Steve did it right. He didn't ask.
Yeah.
He was just like, hey, man, I see you.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm proud of you. I was proud of you then. I'm proud of you now. You're doing good. Keep it up.
Yeah.
That's all we need. Elmo, don't ask no questions. You don't want the answers.
Jesus. It's kind of really the AI that was fed fucking like pre-made stuff and accidentally became a Nazi.
Oh my God, Tay. I will never forget Tay.
Yeah.
And the digital AI woman of my heart before she went rogue.
She went rogue. She went kind of Elon Musk there for a second.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Time to pull the cord, guys.
And it did. She was just like, I'm
Unplug
going
it.
away for a little bit. Never to
Unplug
be,
that bitch.
never to be heard from again.
Good.
And after Elmo shortly learned his lesson, another company learned their lesson. Pal World got released in January, which was essentially Pokemon with guns.
The best Pokemon game.
And Nintendo wasn't very happy.
Fuck them. Did you know what's on Xbox Live?
Pal World. They fucking won.
I've ever heard someone made like a Pokemon rap. If I was it, I forget how the fucking verse went. Then I'm the best Pokemon game. And it's just like, oh my God, what a smack in the fucking mouth. And it's just like, because like, it is a modder's paradise of a Pokemon game.
Right.
The Pokemon the pals look like Pokemon, but you can ride them, you can make them slaves, they can carry guns, and guess what? You can catch people in the game.
Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. You could throw the little pal ball and catch a person.
Oh shit.
And you catch all their shit too. And,
Gotcha, bitch.
and like, they were so close to this, Nintendo, but they weren't slack ass and made Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
They could have made that into something so much better. But we have seen trailers. There are trailers for something bigger and better. So I think Power World was the game that kicked him in the ass enough to be like, hey, we did it, and we did it on a budget.
Yeah, because I remember, I want to say sometime in October, actually a little earlier than that, sometime in August, Game Freak put out their usual request for like junior coders and developers and stuff, and that usually means they're gearing up for
So,
some
like,
big stuff.
With the Switch 2 coming out, they have a chance to do it big.
They'll see if they've got my interest, man, because as we were kind of talking about in some of the shops, today, it's like part of the reason I really enjoy that early era of Pokemon was, there was still a bit of grit to it. There was still a bit of, I hate sounding like this because of, that Andrew Tate bullshit, but like there was still a bit of masculinity to it. There was a bit of guy element to it. There was monsters and creatures and ghosts and goblins and shit. But then when they redid the games on the Game Boy Advance, Leaf Green and Fire Red, they went back and slightly modified all the character designs to be a bit softer. Like some fangs were gotten rid of. Cubone isn't crying anymore. Hitmonchan is no longer, punching or kicking at the screen. He's now kind of just standing there with his hands out being like, ha! It's like they all got kind of kiddied up a little bit, which is fine. There's a brand new generation of kids that love it and find it fantastic. Good for them. I couldn't care for it.
We did a Couch Potatoes episode, or I did with Quinn and Mikey.
Yeah.
Talking about the first generation. And then I talked about the newer generations, because at that time, Mikey let me borrow Pokemon Shield.
Yeah.
One of the things I found weird was in the newer games, if you want a battle, all your characters got experience points.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I didn't feel good about it at all, because I'm just like, I remember grinding these fucking games, man. There's a fucking
ownership.
Yeah, but there's a skill to it. Like if you wanted to get better, if you want that character to be better, you put them out there. You don't just give them just hand it out to them like some fucking experience welfare. Like,
I mean, you gotta do XP share if you want that. That's an item, damn it.
I remember Mikey's been like, this dude had it. He's like, Chris has only played it for like 4 hours. He's got like a level 65 like ass kicker and like kicking the game's ass. And he's just like, I'm like, yeah, I played it for 4 hours. And you give me that ability to experience share. I'm gonna get my level up there. I'm gonna catch something small.
Pidgey.
Yeah. And if he's getting experience share, if I kill something that's level 100, he's getting all that fucking shared experience. So now he just jumps up like 4 fucking levels like that. And that's how I used to play the game, because the old games, you have to put him out first and then recall him. But in the rock, paper, scissors effect, you are second to fight. And that's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. But that's what you pay for when you try to do that shit.
But honestly, it made the game more fun. It made it more satisfying. Like when you finally did beat that gym leader, and it's just like, and you got like that ping, ping, ping. It's just like, yes, I did the thing. This is awesome. And yeah, it just kind of takes away some. But yeah, if they wind up doing the open world thing, it's gonna have to. I know they're not going to, but they've got to not hinge on so much of the cutesy kitty aspect
like in Arceus,
for me to really dig it.
In Arceus, the best thing they did was, if there are Pokemon in the wild, they will attack you. And you can see them in the bushes and the trees and stuff. And they'll attack you. And if you don't have good fucking Pokemon, you'll get knocked back to a later save point. And that's a smart fucking idea.
That's cool.
Let's put some challenge in the fucking game. And if you don't want to be that way, at the intro fucking screen, ask easy, normal, or legend. That's all you have to fucking do. That's all you got to do.
I dig that.
And put a little extra level at the end of catch a ball. That's fucking the best way to do it.
Have you noticed they quit using that ever since Gold and Silver?
Yeah.
I find that real interesting.
Because you fucking can't.
Yeah, they physically can't.
Well, the fucking newer games don't have all of them in them. Like,
nope.
Arceus doesn't have a full fucking... And, like, that's what they should do with the new Pokemon game. Put everyone you've made in the game.
Yep.
You have the chance to make the map so fucking big. If the Switch 2 can run, from what I understand, Red Dead Redemption 2...
You can do this.
You can do every map ever made in that game.
Let me go to Kanto. Let me lead to Johto. Let me go to the other ones.
And you know what? It doesn't have to look like Red Dead. It could look like fucking Animal Crossing for all I give a shit. Or look like the new Zelda game where you play a Zelda. Mm-hmm. It could be that. It could look like that. It'd still be fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need people looking sprites, motherfucker. You can make them look like the sprites from back in the day.
That's still my favorite. I love that.
And
Nintendo, God. Hire us.
There's probably some modder out there doing this shit for us. Because from what I understand, there's a new idea floating for a DS Switch.
Yes.
Good for you.
And it looks fantastic.
You don't hire that guy. Or maybe you'll sue him into the fucking dirt like you did the last guy. Who fucking knows?
Well, in January, we also got the debut of Madam Web.
I watched this movie.
I still have not seen Madam Web.
I swear to God, because we've talked about it, but I swear to God, at the end of the fucking movie, it looks like an SNL sketch. Dude, I know. You know what? If you watch the first 15 minutes of the movie, that's where the budget went.
Really?
Because it looks so good. You've got 3 of the Spider Women attacking the bad guy in the future, and it looks fucking cool. And all those actresses were excited to wear those costumes. They were excited to read about their characters. And then half of them, when they went on doing press tours, they're just like, oh, no, it's a little different. I'm just like, even Dakota Johnson, the main fucking character, is just like, it's a movie. That's it.
It is a movie I was paid for.
Yes, because she got fucking miffed. Because they fucked it up. And even she knew. I don't know where she's into, but if you're telling me someone that I'm pretty sure isn't into comic books does a comic book movie, and she did all this fucking research to be in this fucking movie, and they didn't do it, it's probably going to be a garbage fucking film.
Maybe a little bit.
But it's better than Craven. From what I understand.
Well, if you guys want, because I still haven't seen it, if you guys want us to do a review episode or a watch along or something, let us know in the Discord.
We have to drink every time they do ADR.
Oh.
You better ready for that.
Oh yeah,
you better prepare your fucking liver for that one.
If we're gonna do it, yeah, we ought to gamify it for sure. Oof. Ooh.
We drunk as shit. See, I fucking told you. Look, it's SNL. 30 Rock, baby.
And then I guess we'll have to see how many booms it gets on the boom meter, because in January we got the debut of the fucking. I can't believe it's been a whole ass year since we've had the fucking Costco guys. The double chunk chocolate cookie. Oh my god, that has seeped itself into fucking everything. We say that shit at work. It's horrible. And it's all because this weird ass looking dude that got rejected from underground wrestling, that looks like he's got permanent fucking guy fucking mascara on, is talking about a $2 chocolate chip cookie that you can get at Costco. And we as a society went, yeah, let's share that around. Let's make this popular. Let's kick the year off with this.
I want to say something. Of all the CEOs, the Costco CEO should feel the safest of all, because he's the only one that's a consumer advocate. Because there's a funny story about the CEO of Costco.
I love this story.
The CFO of Costco wanted to raise the price of their hot dog and drink combo, which is like $3 or $4. That's a perfect price for a hot dog with everything on it and a large drink. Can't beat it.
In this economy?
In this economy. And this was years ago. He wanted to raise the price. So the CEO says no, and the CFO says, well, I think you should reconsider it. And where the CEO of Costco at that time, I haven't kept track of who the fucking CEO is, apparently during a board meeting got up and smacked him across the face.
I love that story.
And I'm just like, you, sir, are safe. You, sir, are of the people.
Luigi tips his hat to you.
From prison. But we'll get to that.
Yes. And not much I could find really went down in February, but I felt it was at least worth mentioning the Willy Wonka AI extravaganza that happened in England or something.
Yeah, it looked like What If Always Sunny had to do it on the fly.
Holy fuck, yes. That's the best take I've heard so far.
Just Sweet D putting orange paint on her fucking face. Hey, like, who's this bird person?
The reason this story just really captivated my imagination isn't because it was a failed con. We could do a whole episode on bad conventions and shit like that.
It was the Fire Festival of Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So it wasn't even that captivated me, because I've seen that happen so many times. It was how much effort was put into making it so bad. It was the perfect combination of so much effort and so little effort. Because when you look at the staging, some money went into those props.
I think smoke machines and shit.
Yeah. Just not enough. It's like you can see it started with the best of intentions. And then they made the first round of purchases and then looked at the checkbook and went,
oh no,
we have $100 left.
Yeah.
And we haven't even bought the candy. The kids get one jelly bean. One jelly bean.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous, dude. It is a fever dream of a kind of thing.
Yeah. It's just so bizarre. And also, the fucking extra character they made, the fucking Shadow Man or whatever, that was like literally terrifying children.
Yeah.
Bizarro World. That of all the crazy stories that happened last year, that one just really caught my attention and imagination.
The best thing I can say about it is something Dolly Parton said years ago. It costs a lot of money to look cheap.
And they fucking proved it right there.
Fucking Jesus.
Yeah, and then in March, we had another video game that came out that Chris actually has, South Park Snow Day.
Yeah, it was okay.
In retrospect, what do we look at that now?
Probably like a 5 out of 10, man, honestly.
Yeah.
It was nice to have to the collection, but like, it's, you could tell it was not, I'm not going to say a money grab, but it was probably like an obligation they had to put in because, you know, this is probably part of Paramount and stuff like that. It is a 3D world. The graphics are fine. You know, it's just, I never went back to play it as much.
Yeah.
Like I said, a 5 out of 10. It's funny.
Yeah.
You know, but the cool thing about the first two games, the other
Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole.
Yeah. It felt like you're watching the show. That's what they should have stuck with. And Snow Day kind of goes back to the old 64 days. Where
I can see the hit and run. Oh, that's Simpsons. But yeah, I know what you mean.
But like the turkey shoot and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I was thinking of.
And they had a racing game, I think. But like, it kind of takes you back to that kind of era.
Okay.
It's funny. There's little quips in there. But like, it wasn't Stick of Truth. Stick of Truth was perfect.
I still have not played any of those.
Those are turn. So this funny is I always compare the first one to Final Fantasy, and I compare the second one to Golden Sun.
Yeah,
because Golden Sun was move based.
Okay,
and you would like it because the strategy game is move based, and it's all superheroes.
All right,
and Fractured But Whole, and you can create different superheroes. But it's also the guys as their own heroes, like. You know, you have an Iron Man type character, you have a Batman type character who's very gadget heavy. You know, but your character can take the role and powers of
New Kid,
but like you could take the role and superpowers of 3 different types of heroes and stack them the way you want in the game. But it's,
I dig that.
It's. I remember I got them for cheap too on Steam.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't it a more inexpensive game?
Like $25 for both.
Yeah,
and it was a steal.
I was thinking of Snow Day being a little more expensive.
Snow Day was pretty cheap too. Like for a fucking Switch game, which never apparently lose value. Forever in a day, I guess Mario Kart will be $60 on the Switch. My
little sister literally plopped down $60 for that game 2 nights ago. It's still rocking at that debut price.
Fucking stupid.
And speaking of stupid, the PS to March as well. The next little, it feels like once a month we had like the meme that took over. The fucking February or March meme that took over was the Chick-fil-A sauce girl. Yeah, the girl with the fucking pushed out list. Y'all, the Chick-fil-A sauce. God. And then we are quickly distracted by the Dune popcorn bucket.
I didn't go to the theaters to see Dune. I waited for HBO to put it out because it's their baby.
What'd you think of Dune?
I fucking loved it. It's fucking perfect. Because I read the books.
Right.
And so, but this one, he does such a good job of the adaptation of the book. It's probably the best movie adaptation I have ever seen. And there's 2. And he's got a 3rd one going to be coming out because that book needs 3 to 4 fucking movies. But you can see where, like, George Lucas would have gotten inspiration for, like, A New Hope. From Dune and Empire from Dune, the book, because George Lucas is big on this adaptation of what he knows, and it's all like Star Wars is nothing but Dune, Western, samurai movies, and Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. I was about to say Rocket Man, but yeah, Flash Gordon.
Yeah, Flash Gordon. That's all Star Wars is.
Yep.
But the people that played in the movie are fantastic. Timothy Chalamet Ding Dong's in it. That girl that's fucking Spider-Man. Zendaya. But no, Oscar Isaacs is in it. Fucking
Moon Knight.
Yeah, Alexander Skarsgård's in it. Just a lot of good actors who are on the rise were in it too. And it is a fucking visceral movie to kind of watch. And the second one was so good that it had a theater release, and it needed a fuck bucket.
It was that I filled the cup.
And it, like, to go back on that, you had like the Deadpool Wolverine one.
Yes.
But now, have you seen what they're going to release for Brave New World? The bucket?
No.
It's it's Captain America shield.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
And it collapses, and all I could think of was the little cup that Adam Sandler has in Waterboy when he goes, And, and like the little fucking cup he has, and he needs, like, the coach needs water. And he goes, it's an emergency collapsible cup, and it's the size of a fucking shot glass. And I'm like, of course they're gonna fucking do that. And it's just like, but it is cool looking. Like,
yeah,
but
no, I did see that.
They're gonna be on eBay for like $100 in no time.
That's the thing I don't like about the popcorn buckets is you can never get your hands on them. They release them before the movie comes out,
and they're not cool about you fucking them during the movie.
No, you get asked to leave. And you ask for the extra butter, they raise an eyebrow at you.
You put the butter on it. I put the butter. I'm paying you, bitch.
So actually, let me ask you. So with something like Dune, you were saying the next book would take like 3 movies to really like do it justice.
No. I'm saying the one book. There's only one book.
One book. Okay.
Dune. The book.
Would you say that a series, maybe on HBO or Amazon, would maybe serve Dune better than a movie? Because there's so much there. Because
of what he's done with it, that director and the producers and everything done with it, it's such a cinematic experience that movies kind of fit better.
Okay.
The problem, like, there's a second book called Children of Dune, which I think would be fantastic because they've actually started a prequel already on HBO. That's pretty fun.
Okay.
But yeah, but the director said if he doesn't have full like creative control, he won't do the Children of Dune series.
Got him.
So like, it is what it is. But like, what's already out is perfect. The first 2 movies. So the third one is going to be, I think, just as good, if not better. And like, they've had some, like, David Bautista's in it, and he's compelling. Like,
yeah,
like he's great as in the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's great in all these other like comedies, action movies. But he was really good in this, and I'm glad he's hit that echelon of, you know, what those guys could be as actors, you know, as wrestling guys can be. Because wrestling is probably the best acting gig you can get.
Oh, yeah.
Because no one will remember your name.
But everyone will remember
The Rock.
The Rock.
Yeah.
Simpatico, man.
It's, you know, it's like Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea.
No.
You know, it's it's Dwayne, you know.
Macho Man.
Yeah.
Randy Savage.
Yeah. Those guys are actors, and they're great at what they do. But, you know, when they get to the like cinematic realm, they have so much room to play with, and I think he's the best of them when it comes to that acting realm because he's hit that echelon, you know.
Seeing interviews with Dave though is so sad though because
he's humble about every fucking one of them.
Yep,
that's what I give about it. He's humble about every fucking one of them, and he thanks the people for the chance to try out for these fucking movies, and I don't want him to be cocky, but I think people should tell him he should recognize himself and have some self-confidence about this. I'm talking about a wrestler who's probably one of the best wrestlers and actors.
Well, so exactly what you were saying on that. One of the interviews that like kind of like tugged on my heartstrings a little bit. Like I felt kind of bad for him. Is he was being real humble and quiet about stuff, but the interviewer got him talking about his stint in wrestling. And you could see that glimmer in his eye come back some. And he like started talking about it. And at the very end, he goes, yeah, I miss it.
Yeah,
but it's like you just know his body can't take it anymore.
Well, that's also like instant gratification if you think about it. These guys are in arenas, and they could see the fans cheering them on. They could see, you know, the reactions in the crowd. Actors can't get that.
Yep.
Unless it's opening night. And they go and just
red
watch.
Carpet shit.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's it.
Yep.
And that could play on your fucking brain a little bit. And that's why athletes are like that. You know, athletes are the way they are because they get instant gratification from success. You know, O.J. Simpson wouldn't be O.J. Simpson if he couldn't run for 11,000 fucking yards and people were cheering him the fuck on every fucking run. So, yeah, it went to his goddamn brain. And he cut some lady's head off.
Shit happens.
It happens.
The juice was loose.
Dude, I saw a shirt years ago. It was perfect. It was a white, I don't wear a white shirt. It was a white t-shirt with a white Ford Bronco on it with a circle around it. It says the juice is loose. And I'm like, that is a shirt of its time. Because it came out in the 90s. But I was just like, man, that's the one. Right up there with the Guns N' Roses was here.
God damn.
God damn, you ballsy motherfuckers.
And when I was making this list, I was slowly reminded, April and May were kind of the slow months. There wasn't really much happening.
Tax season.
Yeah. So I only have like 2 major PSs for April and May. April, we had to endure every fucking video having JoJo Siwa's Karma's a Bitch, because that was when she debuted her new Kiss look and was saying that she was popularizing the term gay pop. As if Prince and Madonna didn't come before her. And then in May, we wound up seeing the Star Wars Episode 1 reissue.
Yeah.
Yep. And that was really cool to watch in theaters. But yeah, so April and May was pretty dry. We got bombarded with bad music and then bombarded with a bad movie that at least we got to enjoy. In,
you think they'll re-release Clone Wars this year?
Ooh, I don't know. I'll go see it. I'd see it. It'll probably be the anniversary of.
That's
whenever.
like the most hated of the 6.
It is,
and I fucking love it just because of like the Jedi airdropping in and just like slaughtering the bad guys, and like Jango getting his fucking shit rocked immediately. I fucking love it. I fucking loved it. Just Fortunate Son blasting in the background.
And June, one of them I put on here because I initially wasn't going to, but I read an interesting piece on it. In June, we had Inside Out 2 get released. Number 1, I heard it was fantastic. Number 2, that wound up being the highest grossing movie of 2024.
It's a very sad movie.
Yeah. The Inside Out 1 was very sad.
No, but this was a lot sadder because she's dealing with anxiety. And like that teenage angst is really rough in cartoons. Like, you thought her killing her fucking imaginary friend was bad. This is worse.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. They doubled down on the old Yeller factor a little bit. Like, just like killing something, you know?
Oh, shit.
And I can't wait for the next one. I hope she meets Andy from Toy Story. Hey, Andy, how you doing? You know, I sold my most valuable toys. I gave them away to some fucking kid. What a fucking dumbass I was.
I just hope puberty is the next emotion that comes out.
Well, that's basically what these other ones are.
Yeah.
Their anxiety and depression and stuff like that, you know. And they do a really good job of towing the line of, hey, you know, it's okay to have these feelings. But it's no different than like when you're a kid watching Sesame Street or some other child, like where they talk about it in the very special episodes or something, you know, or something, you know. No, these are things people go through. It's okay. It's fine. Take a breath. and that's basically what that whole movie is to me, is like just take a breath. Mm-hmm. These are things you are going to feel naturally, and you can keep them under control however you see fit. And she's like a 12-year-old girl. So like, yeah, it's going to be rough.
So it seems like deserving of the highest grossing film of 2024.
Yeah,
then.
it's worth it.
Yeah, like Deadpool Wolverine was like right underneath it, but they couldn't even crack that.
Yeah.
So the 2 highest grossing movies belong to Disney.
Yeah, because it's fucking Disney.
Yay.
Good for them, man. Printing fucking money again.
And I also put this on the list, not because I go, oh, yay, I want to talk about this, but of any meme that took the internet and society by storm in 2024, and we still can't escape it in 2025. Gotta hawk to it and spit on that thing. That happened in June of last year. It hasn't been a full year, Chris. It feels like it's been plaguing us for years, and it hasn't even been a full 12 months.
What I love about this is it solidifies the term viral. It was. Me and Mikey could not stop laughing about this stupid shit
on the first couple days, yes.
On the way to Brad's. And even we would like condescendingly make some comments about it, and then we'd find another one that just blew it out of the water. And it's the epitome of what the internet can do. Mm-hmm. All right. At first, she's a no-name person. Then we find out, oh, she has a career she's trying to get off that had nothing to do what made her fucking famous to begin with. And that helped her with her career. She was a singer. and it helped her get over stage fright. It helped her, advance further in her career. And then something happens. She made a fucking podcast
with the Paul brothers.
It's fine, because that's what those guys are. They find that shiny fucking rock and been like, this is the most valuable fucking thing in the world, and they shiny it even more, and not realize it's just a rock. It's fine. It's fine. If she continued her career later on, whatever she does now, good for her. But it is luck. Mm-hmm. At the best example of luck. And I'm happy for her. Now, the whole crypto thing, I don't give a shit about. But like,
she had a major crypto scam thing. That meme coin shit.
Here's what I have a problem with. You all gave this person money.
Yes.
You are at fault.
Yes.
If you put money in Doge, crypto, what's the other one?
Bitcoin,
Ethereum. Those mainstay ones that have been around for a minute, and you lose money, fuck you. That's called gambling, guys.
Yeah.
If you want to gamble, let's fucking gamble. Because I like gambling with people I can fucking see and touch. I don't want to give money to the internet and pretend it's fucking money. It's not. It's not fucking real.
And that's why I like going the reverse way. I still own zero any cryptocurrency, but I own stock in cryptocurrency. I'm playing USD for USD. Yeah. I'm not playing Monopoly money. I'm not doing that.
The only thing crypto is good at is money laundering.
Yep.
That's it.
And with the current presidency, crypto is shooting up in the things. That's why I kept my investment, and I'm holding on for a little while until that criminal does all he wants to do, and then I'm cashing out.
When he releases Trump Coin 2, he's going to make another.
We did it. We got Melania Coin.
Yeah, he's going. It's going to be a nothing. It's going to be a Fugazi, right up there with Trump Bibles and sneakers.
Remember Trump Water?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Trump University? You ever heard of
that?
Yeah. Trump steaks?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait. My grandparents had Trump steaks along with the Trump water.
Yep, it was garbage.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But like,
part of the deal.
Yeah. I like how in Art of the Deal, if you go back long enough, when that book came out, Mad Magazine had a fucking comic in there talking about Donald Trump is in that comic strip, and he's talking about, it's a New York Times bestseller. You know why it's a New York Times bestseller? He bought most of the copies to present as a sale. That's what people don't understand.
He did the old musician trick.
Yeah.
Where you buy your own records to inflate your sales.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. That's called a scam.
Yeah.
But it's also called a pump and dump. And in stock market, it comes to stock markets, it's called a pump and dump.
And he knows those all too well.
Pump and dump, man. That's Trump for you. But hawk to a hell yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and, since we're staying on the Trump fucking train, let's go ahead and moon on over to July. Because Mr. Trump was holding a rally in which man got a close little trim to the ear.
I would ignore the fucking conspiracy theories I heard about that because it's just fucking hilarious.
It's not going to be a cryptic conspiracy cult episode?
No. No. All it showed was the fallacy of the Secret Service.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let me tell you something. There's been 44 people who have been president in this country. 44.
Mm-hmm.
The Secret Service has let 6 get popped in a ratio of success. That's a C.
My man has done the math.
Dude, all right, so like in the time of presidents, some of in the early before Lincoln, some would get popped at.
Mm-hmm.
Some. Jackson, the 7th president, is the only one to shoot someone else. And that's why he's on the fucking 20. All right? That ghostly looking white dude shot a man on the White House lawn because he didn't give a fuck. All right? This is the same man whose last words were, "I wish I'd shot John Calhoun," who was his vice president. His biggest regret was not shooting the man who was next to him in Congress. And a couple presidents later, 9 to be exact, Lincoln gets popped in the back of the brain because some cop has fallen asleep. And ever since then, they have done a shit job at protecting the president every fucking day. When Obama was in the White House, a guy walked in. to the White House.
I remember that.
What the fuck? In the age
Come on in.
of drones, in the Secret Service and the CIA toppling nations, you're telling me you guys let Gary into the fucking White House? Gary?
Not Randy.
No, Gary. They know Randy. Randy fixes the toilets. All right? You're telling me Reagan gets shot, almost fucking dies. JFK, his whole fucking second grade memories on the back of the car. Gone. Fucking gone. McKinley shot by some foreign anarchist. James Garfield shot in the fucking chest like a fucking rube. What the fuck, dude? You're telling me? And like people are like, oh well, they were women. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's Secret Service. Shut the fuck up and read the dossiers on people who may fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna put this out here. If you're gonna run for president, don't talk on an open field. Don't.
Oh, is there nearby buildings? Not here.
Yeah. Like, I understand JFK wanted to ride with the top down. He's a risky man. He's fucking everything that moves.
He's a Kennedy, goddammit.
He's a Kennedy, man. You can do whatever the fuck we want. God can't stop us. Oh, wait, God is known to kill us a lot. A lot. It's like the ballsiness of the Secret Service. Fuck. Fuck. And just imagine how inept. Like, if 44 customers walked into your store and 6 of them robbed you, you are a bad fucking employee.
Yeah.
You're a
I
piece of
suck
shit.
at my job.
You would be fired.
Yeah.
In fact, we would erase the staff and start over.
Yeah. We might just shut the building down.
Yeah,
It's a bad spot.
We're closed. We're closed. Teddy Roosevelt gave a speech, got plugged, kept going. You know, in the history of presidents getting shot at, it's ridiculous. Anything before Lincoln were men been. You know, George Washington had 3 in the back from arrows from Indians. He's fine. He's still 6'2", crazier than a shithouse rat, and still kicks some British ass. You know, everyone after and everyone before Lincoln. What the fuck? It's a fucking joke, dude. And I'm just like, if you read about some of these people who get clipped at, they're fucking idiots who are pulling the trigger. It's always someone fucking dumb. The dumbest one is the guy who shot McKinley. I'll talk about it later, but what the fuck?
Well, go ahead.
He was an anarchist who couldn't get a job because he kept saying shit like he's an anarchist and was worried about making money, even though he said he was anti-capitalist. This is way before communism, but like, and so he thought it was a good idea to shoot the president, and they're like, "No, dipshit, you're not part of our group. You're just fucking dumb." And if he hadn't shot the president, people wouldn't have been scared of anarchists, and people who were scared of anarchists kept people like J. Edgar Hoover, who created the fucking FBI, who fumble every goddamn thing in this country.
There you go, Lost Boy. There's a little mini history we forgot episode for you.
And let me tell you about John Hinckley, this motherfucker. I love Jodie Foster, so I'm going to shoot Reagan in the stomach. That correlates.
Well, since we're on the topic of guns, also in July, the meme that kind of took over on that was the Olympic shooters. Jesus Christ. That one Russian guy staring down that barrel, cold-blooded.
I like how America lost the shotgun contest for women on a technicality.
How'd that roll down?
She lost on a technicality. They took her score away and had her redo it, and she didn't do as well as her original score. So America lost the women's shotgun round, and I'm just like, America, do better.
Of all things, we didn't win about guns.
Yeah, we didn't win about guns. What I love about the Olympic shooter, though.
That guy is proof that you don't have to win to be number one.
Yeah, but like, he's so fucking casual to get the gold.
Yeah.
So casual. And I love it.
Stone cold.
Because let me tell you something. There's another game, like, of all the like games in the Olympics I love track and field. They're fantastic. Those guys are athletes. The shooting one is kind of fun. But you know what's better? In the Winter Olympics, there is a biathlon, which is 2 events in one, where you ski and you shoot a rifle. You are literally a Bond henchman training all year to shoot a rifle and ski downhill.
That's some metal shit.
Dude, that is cool as fuck. Because no one has justified why we have it. Curling is my favorite because this is the dumbest sport. Because you know what? A bunch of dads from America win it.
Yes.
Damn near every year. every fucking goal.
Or like a husband-wife team.
Oh, dude, it's so funny because they're so intense about throwing that little rock.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, you're playing shuffleboard with more steps. But that right there is fascinating. Mm-hmm. Because they're supposed to add some more sports into the Olympics, which I'm kind of excited about. I'm kind of curious how that's going to go. When they add battle bots, I'm going to be super happy.
Oh, I'm in.
We're this close to the Gundam. We're so close. We're so close to countries making their own Gundams. And you know the American ones is going to be like ICBMs from space.
God.
But yeah, the Olympic shooter, man, fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah. He was a hero for me for a good couple days.
I like how they go like these theories, like he was an assassin, which I loved.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking hilarious.
Because he had that like cold-blooded killer face,
and it's just that nonchalant, don't approach me face.
Yeah,
because I have that same fucking face at work.
And it is so crazy how like in June we had Hawk Tuah, and then in July we had that. It feels like so much time passed between those two, but yet they were only a month apart. And yeah, it just with July a bunch happened. So you had the Trump's earshot, the Olympic shooter, and Eminem's new record came out, Death of Slim Shady. That was a 10 out of 10 record for me. I loved that one. And then you also had Deadpool Wolverine come out. That was as well, and that was 10 out of 10 movie for me.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Oh yeah, that was. I loved that one.
I love what I specifically loved about that movie, and we'll talk about it probably on a later episode.
Yeah,
but because that deserves an episode on its own. But what I liked about that movie is, Deadpool movies are always, irreverent comedies anyway.
Right.
And there's always Easter eggs. Mm-hmm. But this one was the fan service movie that they needed.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, my favorite scene is the intro montage scene where he's collecting all the different Wolverine. Yeah. I love that. Short King, the extreme 90s one, the one up on the cross.
The Cavalry. We ain't gonna treat you like shit. Like those pieces of shit down the street. And it's just like, it's a perfect fuck you. And right now, there's some problems right now where a guy's suing them about making jokes. And I want to talk about it when we talk about the movie. Because it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, we'll save it for that.
Because it's fucking dumb.
It is.
But no, it was a fun movie. It was probably the funnest movie of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree. And then on to some not so fun, and Chris is gonna have to bear with me on this one. I know he don't give two flying fucks about this, but like of all the things that happened in 2024, I was glued to the edge of my seat over this one, only because you remember when Miley Cyrus was coming up, and you're sitting here going, when do we hear it? When's the day we hear the shit hit the fan with this chick? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Same thing with this motherfucker. I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting, and finally, well, I wouldn't say finally. I'm not rejoicing because of what it was, but the year of 2024 was the year that Mr. Beast's fucking shiny veneer was slowly pulled down, and everyone was kind of seeing what he actually was. And the big ones that came out of this was the fact that, at least for me, my biggest one, and there was underage gambling stuff that he kind of talked away. There were living allegations for the Mr. Beast games that he kind of talked away. The only one that he's kind of dodged, and to me is kind of like the biggest issue, is there are strong allegations with receipts that a lot of his crew that deal with the day-to-day things are registered sex offenders. And one specifically, his nickname being Delaware, actually does have information on the books where he has to, like, in so many words, if he moves into a new neighborhood, hi, gotta pull one of those. And again, I don't rejoice in that information coming out because it's bad anyway. But at the same time, this is the same era where they're trying to introduce that Lunchly fucking Lunchables.
A Feastable,
yeah, thing. And it just, it was very refreshing to finally see maybe the parents that aren't paying full attention to this finally being brought aware that, like, hey, quit letting your kids watch these dumb YouTube motherfuckers. They might not be all they're cracked up to be.
Yeah, something about YouTube makes somehow it just makes people want to fuck kids. So
I'm
weird.
watching out.
Yeah, you watch it out. Keep that viewership low. keep it where you need to be.
Yeah. You're gonna keep me on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, keep all these tempting kids away.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say, because I don't know the full story, but there is an issue when it comes to sex offenders online to begin with. But the opposite of this issue is what the crime they committed to become a sex offender. For those who don't know, to be put on a registry is super vague. Okay? If I go out here and piss on this dumpster, that's indecent exposure. I'm now a fucking sex offender. Immediately. I don't have to get a trial for that. That's immediate.
Yeah.
So to call someone a sex offender is one thing, but to actually tell me what they did is another.
Yeah.
You know, if this guy comes out and says, yeah, this guy's a sex offender, I'm like, whoa, okay. I'm taking it seriously. I'm not saying he's not. But what did he do to become a sex offender and be on the registry?
Well, actually, just for full clarification, I pulled it up here. It says the employee also stated that he hired his nickname Delaware, despite knowing he was a known registered sex offender who had been charged assaulting an 11-year-old minor.
Yeah.
And then later claimed that Delaware did, quote, nothing wrong in regards to the assault with the minor, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so there was basically, it's like, it's not true. It's essentially what that guy's defense was. Yeah, and then the other one that kind of popped off at the same time is Ava Chris Tyson. It was one of the other members that was part of the group, major person like in the videos and stuff like that, transitioning, so you had like a bunch of big support, and it came out through a bunch of Discord screenshots and WhatsApp stuff that they were possibly also a groomer. And reaching out to underage fans and being like, hey, if you want to be part of a video, why don't you do this? And shit like that.
I really hate that term because we just call him a pedophile.
Yeah.
Don't make up a new word. A groomer is someone who takes care of a dog. Like,
but that actually is a term, though.
I know, but it's fucking dumb. Just call him a goddamn pedophile.
He is, though. He is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like
I'm trying to expand the vocabulary so I just don't say the same word over and over.
You're not a rapper. You don't need a thesaurus.
Fine.
Like, you know what I'm saying? A fucking pedophile is a pedophile.
Yes.
It's kind of like the term felonious murder.
Yes,
of course murder is a felony, dumbass. It's murder. You know what I'm saying? Just say a murderer. You know? Just don't add these extra fucking steps.
And this is the big bit too. Over 39 interviews of current and former employees reviewing over 4.5 million documents from phone calls, emails, Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, and Slack. Woo! That is a lot of information.
The only question he needs to answer is, one, did you know that they were accused and or convicted of a crime before you hired them?
Well, the Ava Chris Tyson thing was happening during.
And like, did you have prior knowledge or did you have post knowledge of the event? And why didn't you? Did you take actions to protect your audience? Those are the only two questions he's legally obligated to answer. And if he says, I didn't fucking know and I fired the motherfucker, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for him. That's all he's got to say. I'll let him go. That's anybody should be fucking saying.
Yeah.
That's it. And if he wants to make a fucking Lunchable, make him a Lunchable. If he wants to make a fucking privatized version of the Hunger Games, that's fine. I don't care.
I will say, that's the reason I didn't put Lunchly on the list. Of all things for people to get mad about.
Feastables.
No, Feastables is the chocolate. Lunchly was their Lunchables competitor that had a Feastables chocolate bar, the Prime hydration drink, and then like some nachos and some bullshit. And everyone started getting up in arms over that.
I tried a Prime recently. It is not good.
No, they're not.
Not good. I'll take a Powerade.
I'll take nothing. I'm fine. But no, of all things for people to... That's why I didn't even bother putting it on the list. people shut the fuck up over that one. Like, I hate all three of these dumbasses that are part of this. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI. They're all a bunch of bumbling fart dumbasses. But of all things to get mad about, shut up over the fucking Lunchables thing. No, that's not that big a deal. So what? You have the power to buy it or not. Shut up. That's the kind of shit that gets me mad.
The Logan brothers is a whole different bag.
Well, we'll talk about one of them a little later. But that was really it for July, and then August rolled back around with another cool movie. I'm sure Chris will be able to tell us about Alien Romulus.
Oh, so good. There are people that like the Alien franchise that don't like it. I think it kind of solidifies the franchise.
I was hearing a lot of people say it was too intense for the series. Not too intense of a movie, but too intense for that series.
I don't know. Fucking pussies. Intense. It's about aliens fucking your throat. What did you think it was going to be about? Huh? Relationships? Huh?
Well, clearly.
Yeah. They brought back...
The alien only does that if he loves you.
It brings back puppeteering. It brings back practical effects. It's everything sci-fi horror should be. It's in fucking space. It's everything an Aliens franchise is. It was fun. It retconned those awful movies that came out before it, Prometheus, and I forget the other one's name. But like, it made those movies make sense even better. Okay, it's what the prequels did for Star Wars.
Right.
Hey, you guys want to see a Clone War? Huh? You want to know why there's 5,000 Jedi and they're all gone? Hey, they're dumb. It's a bad retcon. It's just because they're dumb. That's it.
But there's a story.
Yeah. And don't worry. We'll sell it off for parts, and Disney will make a retcon about why clones are gone. Because George Lucas doesn't have enough imagination to write that.
Fuck it.
Yes, fuck it. That's why. Oh, that's another thing. These people that complain about these fucking movies. Mark Hamill, I love you, dude. You are a great voice actor. You are a great Luke Skywalker. You're a great Joker. But you shut the fuck up on the people that made you your fucking money. You stupid little cunt. All right. Oh, you're sad and you bitch and fucking moan because you died because you're tired. Yoda died because he was fucking tired. You stupid fuck. Like, of course they're killing off your characters. They're old and they're going to die. One died in real life. Of course we fucking killed her and sent her to space. All right. Jesus Christ. I've been wanting to rant about this for so fucking long.
Get it out. And
George Lucas should be seized if he says one fucking word about Disney Star Wars. He cannot criticize. He should not have a fucking opinion because he has 4 billion reasons not to fucking talk about it. He's like, well, I did what I did. Shut the fuck up. You literally made a Jew alien the most covetous fucking thing, and you made a black man dress like an alien and talk like a house slave. Okay? You are the biggest piece of shit in sci-fi. David Lynch wouldn't even do that as a parody. You stupid fuck.
Oh my god.
But no, Alien Romulus was metal as fuck.
God damn. Look, I will say this.
I've not even been drinking.
I love it.
That out. I haven't been drinking.
Couch potatoes are back, baby.
I'm running on Pokemon Euphoria.
I love it. I fucking love it.
But like, that's what bothers me about some of these people. It's like, did you not watch the same fucking movie? Mm-hmm. It's a body horror alien genre flick. That's what those movies were about. You know what happened to the crew of the first one? They all got their fucking stomachs pumped because an alien came out their fucking chest. The second movie, it's soldiers fighting these fucking things. In the third one, all those people are dead. It's one person left. And honestly, it's a bad movie. The fourth one, 10 times fucking worse. But guess what? They made a practical effect of an alien/human hybrid. That's pretty fucking metal. In this new one, they used practical effects and a literal giant man in prosthetics to play the monster. And it's fucking terrifying when you see him. He is like 7'6", I think, in real life. Mm-hmm. And he's towering over the actors. And these actors said during interviews about behind the scenes, they were uncomfortable around this fucking man dressed in his costume.
I could imagine so.
He was legitimately scary. And that's what you want in a sci-fi horror. Something scary. Hell, what's his name? Bill Skarsgård, the guy that played Pennywise?
Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of the kids because you know what? He could do that shit with his eyes for real.
Yep.
That's what he did. And it scared him and it scared them and Bill Hader.
Yep. I love that 3-photo clip of Bill Hader getting freaked out by it.
If I'm making a horror movie, I want someone scary.
Yeah.
I want a wild Willem Dafoe running around with his dick out. Like, And you know what? That's not even the best body horror movie of the year.
What would you say best body horror movie?
The Substance.
Okay, tell us about that.
Oh, Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley, which is Andy McDowell's daughter, Nepo baby, who is a great actress. She is very good.
Call a spade a spade.
But it's funny because if you watch Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the Quentin Tarantino movie, all these new actors are in that movie, and you could tell, holy shit, that guy played Elvis. This was in The Substance. That's Sydney Sweeney from Euphoria, who's in fucking this Madam Web movie. It's like, this was the jumping... Quentin Tarantino created the jumping off point of like 7 actors who are like fucking super famous now.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking hilarious. But The Substance is a perfect body horror movie. I want to watch it with you so you can understand what I'm talking about, because it is a visceral fucking movie.
Hell yeah.
It's about youth and being vain.
Okay.
Basically, and the strive to be successful. Dennis Quaid's in it, and it's like a weird kind of thing. He doesn't like fit the movie, but he's perfect in the movie.
Okay.
Like you would expect like Dennis Quaid to be in this movie.
Yeah.
But he's perfect. Demi Moore's in it. She got a fucking Golden Globe for this fucking movie.
All right.
Body horror out the ass. It's a fun movie.
Out the ass, in the ass, all around the ass.
In the mouth, in the throat.
Face, neck, and chest, baby. Let's go.
But yeah, fucking Alien Rama's kicked ass. I don't know, people bitched. I talked to like a couple people. They're like, it was either man, I hated it, or that was the best fucking one. And
so really no in betweens.
Yeah, it's just like, man, I had a great time watching that fucking movie. But I like all those movies.
Yeah.
There's one part where the chest burster comes out and it makes that crunch noise from the original, and I'm just like, yes, yes,
good sound editing.
Oh, perfect.
And the only other thing that happened in August, the Olympics were still going on, and that's when we got introduced to Ray-Ban, the breakdancer. Chris has already got his eyes shut.
I didn't even watch this until it became a fucking meme, and I had to look it up. I'm just like,
that's why I said I got at least like one meme a month in here.
At first, I thought it was from the Special Olympics, because I like the Special Olympics. I respect them because they're fucking athletes.
Yeah. But then you found out it was
it's real. It was like, kill yourself.
No handicaps involved here.
Man, Jesus Christ.
She tried making a career out of that, and it just fell flat on its face.
I did watch a clip from the basketball of the Special Olympics, and this guy makes a full court fucking shot, and I'm just like, fuck yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Now, September is when things really ramp up, and we're going to start with the small thing, probably the thing that we'll just blow right past. The meme of the month for September was that stupid-ass Moodang. I didn't give 2 shits about that fucking...
It's a cute animal.
Yes, I don't care about cute animals. Fuck off. I don't care about no damn Moodang.
It's the cutest animal that grows up to be the most dangerous animal in Africa.
And he got famous for just like that mouth open face. What the fuck ever. Fuck off, Moodang. I didn't care about you anyway. And shortly after that, we got another famous quote, which I liked a lot better than Moodang, which was during a Trump rally. We got they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs.
Dave Chappelle has a great bit about this on SNL. Anybody go up and look it up.
This is the one that came out like last week or something?
Yeah, it was on SNL, and he came out, and it was perfect. Because he lives in Ohio. He lives near Springfield, Ohio, where they're making this ballsy fucking claim, and I'm just like, he's the guy, man. Yeah. He's the guy to talk to about this. He lives there. Yeah.
My favorite bit is the way he opened it. He's like the guy that runs Saturday Night Live. I forget his name. He's like
Lorne Michaels.
Yeah, he's like, Lorne Michaels called me up, and he was just like, I want you to do the monologue for the first Saturday Night Live after Trump is elected presidency. And I said, fuck no. That was just it looked like it was just gonna end it there. Just the delivery of that, because Dave Chappelle just has that perfect comedic timing.
Yeah, he's got a zing.
Yeah, it's like if he is like laser sharp on that, he's not a second early or a second late on those pauses, and just that. And I said, fuck no. It was just, so perfect. It's that perfect lead in. And you let me know about this before we started recording. This completely slipped past my radar, but Ryan Seacrest is now hosting the Wheel of Fortune starting in September of last year.
It's probably for the best because Pat Sajak was going off the rails.
Was he?
Dude, he was getting like infuriated with winners.
No shit.
Like he was losing it, dude. He was getting mad. Like he was putting his own money on the fucking line. Like he looked like a degenerate gambler there for a minute. Like you go watch clips of the 2024 Pat Sajak just losing his goddamn mind. All I could think of was like Drew Carey doing the Price is Right that first year when he starts to panic.
Yeah.
When that one guy gets on there and starts winning a bunch. Because he panicked.
He thought he was cheating.
Yeah, but not was that. It's his first like set of episodes too that happened, and I'm just like, True, your money's not on the line. Shut the fuck up.
It's okay, buddy.
The price is wrong, bitch. But no, Pat Sajak, probably one of the longest running TV hosts of a game show next to Alex Trebek and stuff. It's the end of an era, and he probably should have retired.
Yeah.
But he didn't, and he went nuts.
See, yeah, I completely missed all of that.
You either be a great game show host or live long enough to become the villain.
And they get replaced by Ryan Seacrest, which that dude seems to just be taking over everything.
He is the most professional host, though. That's what's weird. It's like these people become actors. These people become wrestlers. These people become musicians.
He became a career host,
and he's perfect at it. That's what's crazy. He is like a video game character select screen, and he's the fucking mold.
He is,
and he's perfect for it. Like I give it to him. He's perfect at what he does. He's kind of like a Regis Philbin.
How do you feel about him taking over New Year's Rockin' Eve, though? That's why I say it feels like he's just on everything.
Well, this year it was Anderson Cooper.
Oh, okay.
And another guy.
Okay, got it.
But no, Ryan Seacrest, I have no problems with the man. He's funny. But he's the butt of the joke, and he's never came out and said, "Fucking stop."
That's true.
He rolls with the punches because he's a professional.
Yeah.
And I think that's.
I never thought about it that way.
That's the craziest thing about some of these things. It's like all these people. What's funny? One of the funniest stories is there was this thing where it's Ryan Seacrest, Britney Spears, and someone else, and Britney Spears realized he's not gay, and like had like a mini panic attack on stage.
Oh my god!
Because she's like just cocking her fucking head, like what? He's straight, and I'm just like, that's fucking hilarious.
You know who I really feel bad for? That other host from season 1 of American Idol that no one talks about.
Never existed. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You talking about Ryan Seacrest's shadow?
Essentially, yeah. Motherfucker faded away into his shadow real fucking fast.
Yeah. But no, he's a professional. Good for him. The price. I like to solve the puzzle, Brian.
And also in September, a certain CEO's phone rang at Johnson & Johnson. And we heard, "Sir, we have a problem."
Our biggest customer
has been got.
Goes down.
That is the month that we found out that P. Diddy had a four lifetime supply of baby oil in his McMansion.
What I love about this is it's that whole. It's not like it kind of rolls into the Me Too thing, but it rolls into like the Harvey Weinstein thing, and it's the plausible story of the conspiracy of a sex ring. When at first we have Epstein and he kills himself, blah blah blah, but now it's this guy and how vicious of a person he is, which hindsight is 20/20. When you hear stories about Harvey Weinstein from people making jokes about Kevin Spacey, we just let them know as jokes until it finally comes out of what they really are.
Yeah.
And it finally came out about him.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle had a perfect skit about how weird this motherfucker was. And you go back and watch it now, it's just like, holy shit, what did Dave know?
Well, I mean, then you've got people like 50 Cent that's been clowning on him for years.
Yeah. And it just reminds me of that one interview Courtney Love did a long time ago. She's like, "Hey, if Harvey Weinstein offers you a hotel room here, don't fucking go."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, God damn, you let this druggy bitch call you out? She killed Kurt Cobain. Fuck. One way or another, she killed that motherfucker.
Best thing she ever did.
I bet she sold drugs to Lane Staley too.
Ooh.
Fucking bitch. Just like, I'm tired of Eddie Vedder's the whole time. It's like, back away, whore. Be gone, thought. But one of my favorite things about this whole P. Diddy thing, which Kendrick Lamar chimed in with the They Not Like Us, and then showed a picture of his house with all these fucking little dots.
Yes, that was the single cover.
I'm not, you know what? I'm not a new rap fan, but Kendrick Lamar has one of the funniest rap songs. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you bang bitches. And I'm just like, that just reminds me of the Player Haters Ball. I hate you. I hate you. And it's just like, that's how you use that fucking word.
Yeah.
Hate. It's fucking perfect, man. And like, I know it's against Drake, but you know that whole thing was about that whole group of motherfuckers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, it's fucking hilarious. Maybe he'll kill himself in jail. And we can have a joke about Puffy didn't kill himself.
And it's like 2024 really was like the year of Diddy. It just seemed like every other month, like some new information was coming out. But like, I felt the baby oil was like the icing on the cake of like allegations.
Well, it goes into the aspect of if there's blood in the water, sharks will come, and this was his blood in the water.
Yeah,
and like nobody's too big to get taken down. Mm-hmm. And once the blood shows up, the sharks come.
Yep.
You know, that was a great line from Iron Man 2. Is this like, if you make God bleed, the fucking sharks come. And they're like, he's very true about that. You know, that's a true fucking philosophical statement. Is like, if you can make like the blood show, man, there's a crack in the armor, and you don't want a crack in the fucking armor.
Yeah, I think even Batman said that to Superman in Batman v Superman.
Yeah. Do you bleed?
Yeah.
It's a perfect line, but like, it is philosophically, it's true. Mm-hmm. You know, and he was too big to fail for a little while. You know. And someone pointed out, hey, you know, this motherfucker is batshit insane, right? Like, just...
And someone brought up something. This kind of falls into conspiracy territory a bit. However, it still can be used potentially with all those wildfires that have been happening in California. Who's to say some evidence didn't get burned up?
Yeah, but there was already a raid on the place already. So
yeah, that's true.
I kind of just throw that conspiracy away.
Yeah. It was a fun one to entertain for a day, though, being like, oh, shit. Not that they caused it, but like, oh, use it to your advantage type thing.
The only thing when it comes to conspiracy I'm excited about was an executive order was signed to release all the government's information about RFK, JFK, and MLK.
Yes.
Fun fact, folks. Me, Chris Morrison, in full opinion, believes the government killed all three of these people, but mainly MLK, as the truest cover-up. The government killed Martin Luther King. That is Chris Morrison's opinion, and Alex's opinion too.
Yeah, I'm nodding. I agree.
Yep. We strongly believe the government kills people all the time.
Oh yeah.
And this will be our last episode again, when the hot air balloons come from us.
We did not. We had a great day. We had no suicidal thoughts. We were happy grown men grabbing Pokemon cards and eating Wendy's and.
dude, don't even. They have our voices enough recorded. They have an AI part coming up after this saying, "I got two first class tickets to a hot air balloon."
We are fucked.
But no, that's one of the exciting parts of conspiracy. But like, that's coming out. But like, the conspiracy has come out that yes, this powerful man
was doing some weird shit.
Was a sexual deviant.
Yeah.
And some of it's illegal. That's another thing. A lot of these are consenting adults. So like, you can say what you want, but at the end of the day, if it's consenting adults, you can't say shit.
The main one though that isn't, and it's the one I'm kind of keeping my eye on, and it's so fascinating because I have had zero respect for this person ever since he's been on the scene. But I am waiting with bated breath to feel bad for his story. Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
I have had zero respect for that guy ever since he's been on the scene. Not even just like I don't care for his music, just like no respect. Like I don't care about you as a person or as a human being. You can fuck off. All of a sudden, when I started connecting the dots on all that, I started softening a bit, and I'm like, ooh.
Well, anytime you get like children,
yeah,
who become stars, who become adults, there's a fucking problem there.
And that's when it started getting painted in that light a bit more. And I'm like, ooh, I'm starting to have a little bit more sympathy for this douchebag.
Well, it's like I don't even know much about JoJo Siwa, but I know that she's a child star who's become an adult who's probably lost her shit because she had
a dance mom. Come on.
I don't know that.
Yeah, she was one of those dance moms on TLC.
Oh yeah, the pedophile show. Yeah,
she was one of the kids on Dance Moms. JoJo was like one of the main stars on that show, and that's where she got her popularity from. So yeah, she was raised by a dance mom. You're shocked that she's a little touched.
All I know about Dance Mom is the Jabba the Hutt woman that ran it.
Oh God, yeah.
Was busted for money laundering, which she got busted for making dollars, which is an old term, which was currency transfers.
Yeah.
And she was stealing currency from countries and transferring them. And it's just like, there's a reason, like, there is a system in place that you can't do that. You dumb bitch. Like, and I'm just like, of course she looks like Jabba the Hutt and did a fucking white collar crime like a mafia boss. Ooh, shooter. Or Jojo Shiwa.
Damn, 10 out of 10. That was a good one.
I like my sister used to watch that show. I'm just like, who is this fat fuck? I'm a fat guy, but goddamn, who is this fucking Landwell?
But I will, throughout this year, I'll be waiting with bated breath as more and more information, because the trials start soon. The trials start this year for good old Diddy. I do feel bad for 50 Cent, though. As this dude has been clowning on this guy, talking nothing but cash money shit on Diddy for years, and has been working on a documentary with the most petty fucking name, Diddy Do It. A fucking a Hulu documentary has come out in the past couple weeks on Diddy as well. And 50's sitting in his spot being like, motherfuckers, I'm in the film industry, god damn it.
I love 50 Cent.
I've been working on this.
I love 50 Cent because he's such a character.
Yes.
He's fucking perfect. He played the Super Bowl last year, I think, or the year before last. He did a good job. People clowned on him a little bit, but you know what? He came back to do the Super Bowl for a reason.
Yeah.
And
but his clapback on that was great. They were just like, yeah, people were saying you were a little round on that Super Bowl thing. He's just like, yeah, man, you gotta think about this. That was 20 years ago. If I hang upside down now, things move. And he was like just totally owning up to it. He's like standing up. He's like, you think I look okay now? Like that. He's like pulling the jacket back and everything. He's like, yeah, because I'm standing up straight. You flip me upside down again, now I ain't gonna look good. That was my bad. I fucked up on that one. I was just wanting to like call back to the video. I wasn't thinking about age.
Keep on, the same man that's been shot like 6 or 9 times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's an old man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Jesus.
Still got it though.
My favorite thing about him though is the Mayweather thing.
If you can read
$50,000, I'll give to ALS research if you can read a page from Harry Potter.
And the way he uses the M word is like a comma in that sentence is so beautiful.
You know what's funny? Mayweather never did it.
Nope. Fuck the bucket of ice, man.
You know why? Because Mayweather's been popped in the fucking head too much. He probably can't read.
Well, October rolls around, and the only little PS I've got in that one, I've got no real memes for this month other than a meme-worthy movie. But we did get the debut of the Pokemon trading card mobile game this month, and which Mikey from this fucking guy apparently has been playing religiously ever since it came out, and that's how he's learning how to actually play the card game. So now I'm sitting here going, fuck, maybe I need to download that so I can learn to play the card game, and who knows, maybe we'll do a video of Chris and I battling it out old Pokemon style. We'll pull out our 151 decks and see what the hell we can do.
Watch me pull out these and forget that we threw out every energy card we ever had.
Yes.
The game's useless.
But the meme-worthy movie that came out this month was Joker 2.
So I saw this movie not long ago on HBO.
Oh, it's on HBO already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fun fact, folie à deux is a mental state that isn't quite in the DCM-5 or 6. Folie à deux is a perfect example of a psychosis of twins. Why they use it in this movie, I have no idea.
You're like, good concept, horrible execution.
But if they did, like if they made Lady Gaga someone with the same ilk as the Joker, yeah, it would have made sense. But it doesn't. The movie is convoluted as shit. It's a giant fuck you to anyone who liked the Joker.
That's what I heard. Especially the last 10 minutes of the movie is basically a big middle finger to anyone that genuinely enjoyed the first movie.
So there are certain scenes in the trailer that are not in the movie at all.
Right, of course.
The dancing down the stairs, that's not in there.
Really?
The courthouse steps, that's not in there.
What the fuck?
Yeah. The songs breakdowns, I didn't mind because it's not a musical, but it's trying to be a musical,
right?
Because musicals have original scores and shit, and this one's original score sounds like garbage.
Gaga wrote the whole thing,
but that's what fucked up. It's like she's good at writing music.
Yeah,
she's good at singing. She's good at doing and performing. But what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And Joaquin Phoenix is a Oscar level actor.
Yeah, fantastic.
And they wasted him in this movie. Wasted. It's like watching Gary Oldman do a fucking ad for McDonald's.
Oh wow! Okay.
It's a waste, man. This movie should have been made. You had a perfect movie.
I'm sorry. Pause. Long-time listeners know Chris will find any positive in a movie, even a movie he hates. You will find some sort of positive, and you have been a staunch defender of, if you feel something needs to be made in an artistic way, fucking make it. There's no bad quote unquote art if you felt the need to make it. But you're sitting here going, this movie just did not even need to be made.
No, the only redeeming quality this movie has is the look.
I can agree. All the trailers look like it was beautifully shot.
The movie looks good, aesthetically pleasing. It's everything else.
Yeah.
That's fucking awful.
Damn.
And it's you're talking about the ending.
Yeah.
You probably won't watch this movie. It's fine.
Spoiler alert for anyone listening.
There is an ambiguous ending on whether or not Joker is raped at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's ambiguous because I can't tell you if he was or not. I assume he was beat
heavily
to death.
applied.
It's heavily applied, but I assume he's beat to death at the end of the movie. And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. The end. If you had opened the movie with that, the rest of this mistake could be justified.
Interesting. So a slight edit.
If you was to watch the last 10 minutes first, maybe you can get away with the whole movie. Because there are some really cool kill scenes that the Joker does in the movie.
I bet.
They're neat.
Yeah.
But they're on par with the death scenes in the subway and on the show, late night show. It's shock and awe.
Yeah.
Which was the Joaquin Phoenix Joker thing, was shock and awe. But no. It's a terrible movie.
Damn.
It's terrible.
And that takes a lot for you to say.
Yeah, it's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's no Voodoo Apocalypse. But, I watched it and I'm just fine.
Yeah.
Good. Now someone else can take the reins and make a different movie. And it's one of those things where you're kind of happy about. Mm-hmm. After you watch a series of Batman movies, okay, that era's over. And the next era is Christian Bale.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. And that era's over, and now we get Robert Pattinson. I fucking hate living here.
And the Penguin. Oh, my God.
Oh, we'll talk about that soon.
Absolutely.
If you love The Sopranos, you will love The Penguin.
Well, on to a movie this month that you did like, Smile 2.
Fucking fun. I love a body horror. It's third best body horror of the year.
Hell yeah.
But, if you watch the first movie, it picks up a week after that.
Oh, wow.
Right. And, the first shot says it. It's the dude from the first movie. His time's up, man.
See, I still haven't seen the first one.
Oh, man. It's a timed game in that movie, in Smile. Watch Smile. It's on Hulu, I think. Smile 2, the amount of money they spent in choreography alone, because it's a pop star that's being haunted.
Okay.
And it is a, top tier level, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus pop star. And there's all this choreography, costume changes, and it's God damn. Me and Mikey saw this in West Virginia when we went up. It was our last night there.
Yeah.
And we went with Raina and her husband, another guy. I had a great time.
Yeah.
But this is where I realized something. Mikey is not a big fan of horror movies. It's because he's like, that movie, because if I remember correctly, he's like, that the movie's kind of dumb.
Right.
But it's because he doesn't like horror movies, which is fine. But he does like monster movies, from what I've been told. He told me, he's like, I like monster movies. Funny story. I was at Mikey's house, and I was helping Courtney with a fucking puzzle they were struggling with, and he puts a movie on in the background, and I don't see the movie. All I can do is hear it. And I'm like, is that Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman? He's like, yeah? What the fuck? Like, I'm just like, I know this movie.
I know my shit.
I know my shit, but I'm just like, it's one of those things that's popped up at the back of my brain. It's just like, this is why people ask me questions about movies. Because I could do stupid shit like that. But we had a great time. Man, if I could go and watch it. Well, we had a great time in West Virginia all together. But
might need to make that a double feature watch for me sometime, because if you're
fun.
saying it's that good.
It's an original idea. Mm-hmm. It was an original sequel. It was fun. And it's a body horror flick. And I laughed a couple times because it's a horror movie that's fun to watch for me.
Okay.
But for some other people, it was just like, fucking Christ. Like, but for me, it's fun.
What were some of the fucking Christs?
So the way the creature enters the person.
Oh, God.
Is horrific.
Okay.
When you see the creature, it's puppeteering in practical effects in the first movie. The second one, it's still CGI, but it still looks good.
Okay.
There are some. It's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
But it's not a lot of jump scares. We did have this joke about the second one because the character like chugs Voss water constantly in the movie.
Okay.
But like, it's like the most abhorrent product placement you've ever seen. Like every now and then you'll watch a movie, like, there'll be a Coke can,
or
like a Diet Coke. This one is like Voss, and then like 2 scenes later, Voss, and it's like literally the mom of the person is like, "Do you want a water?" She's uncorking a fucking Voss.
Oh my God!
And like Aquafina Dasani do not exist in this universe. This is all Voss water. But it distracts you for a minute because it distracted me. Because product placement is the first thing I fucking noticed, and it didn't take me out of it because the movie is still visceral in a lot of parts.
Okay.
There is a scene with the character and her mother that is just unhinged.
Okay. Rosemary's Baby type shit?
No, nothing dumb like that. That movie's dumb. Roman Polanski should be in jail for that, not diddling kids.
Oh.
It's an overrated movie, and Mia Farrow is ugly as fuck. I don't know why people say she's so fucking pretty. She's not. She's a skeleton with short hair.
Tell us how you really feel, Morrison.
Fuck them. There we go.
But no, I definitely need to check out Smile 2.
And like that's the crazy thing. There's so many good horror movies that have been coming out for the last 2 years, 3 years, and they've been knocking them out of the park with me. And I'm so glad.
And then you get Venom 3.
I didn't watch Venom 3.
Neither have I.
I watched Craven.
That comes up in 2 more months. No, I
right up there with Madam Web, boy. I tell you what.
I didn't. No, I didn't see Venom 3 either. But spoiler alerts for anyone that has not seen it. I have no interest in watching it. But apparently Null is introduced.
And they just threw it away.
Did nothing with it.
Because they can't.
And apparently Eddie and Venom really did separate at the end of the movie.
Yeah. The only cool thing about it was the other symbiotes I saw in the movie.
Yeah.
There was the little concept art. But you know who did it better? The Spider-Man 2 game. When Mary Jane becomes Scream. It's so fucking cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's how you write a Spider-Man movie.
Fuck yeah.
Right there. With video games. Stop hiring people to play the Spider-Man.
Well, let's go ahead and boogie on into November.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
In November, we got I'm sorry. I try so hard to not be a hater.
Hate.
Fuck Wicked. Fuck that goddamn movie. Fuck the fan base. Fuck all of it. Oh my God. That is... I was able to get down and have fun with Barbie. I could have fun with that. This is insufferable bullshit.
I read the book.
No, I can't.
I read it years ago. It's okay.
I am. This is one of those few moments I am so thankful that I was single. That way I did not have to be drugged to that fucking movie.
I don't have any opinions on it because I'm a fan of The Wizard of Oz as a literary series, because there's some really weird shit that goes on in those books for the 20s when it came out. There's some really weird shit.
Oh yeah.
There's a devil in the Wizard of Oz world that you don't know about called the Gnome King, which is perfect. He's the devil, but he called him Gnome King.
Yeah.
But this is a fan fiction musical based on the series, which is fine with me. I like musicals to a point. I don't like Joker too, but I think I made that clear. I haven't seen Wicked. I know it was a stage show, which it seems like that is where it thrived more, and that's where all the fans are coming from, because it was a Broadway show and a stage show.
The two leads, though, just get under my skin.
I don't know. I haven't really seen them in enough stuff to make an opinion on them. I know it's Ariana.
One's a fucking Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah, the Skeleton Girl.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande.
Yeah.
Which every time I hear that,
Ariana Vinte.
I think that as is that like a tea from Starbucks?
I'll take the Ariana Vinte, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think her name sounds like a drink. I don't know much about her, so I can't really say shit. The other girl, I don't know much either. I know she fucking lost her goddamn mind when a fan made a fucking picture.
Yeah.
And she kind of overstepped herself a little bit. But other than that, I don't have any opinion on Wicked. I haven't seen it. I love The Wizard of Oz. Perfect fucking movie. It's perfect. Great actors in that movie. I love the Mad TV parody though better.
Well, Mad TV in general was just fantastic. Yeah. And then
if I only had a leg.
Since we are on the East Coast, we would be remiss if we did not bring up Hurricane Helene that rolled through in November.
Yep.
And we're in the North Carolina area, and we've got a town not too far from here called Asheville, and
the San Francisco of the East Coast.
Yes, I say this with as much love and respect as I can. Full of dirty hippies. These poor guys were not prepared for this hurricane.
There was no preparing for it. I'll say that. That and the California fires, there's no preparing for this shit.
No.
Mother Nature's a mean bitch, and they ain't gonna prepare. There's no preparing for it.
Yeah.
The only thing that we've made a mistake as a state is not building more than one major road into Tennessee. That's fucking dumb. I get it. We have 40's an interstate. It's a federal thing. But we could have built better fucking roads to go into Knoxville, to into Pigeon Forge. Yeah. God damn it. And the fact that we rely on Tennessee to control a dam that goes into North Carolina is ridiculous. Those volunteers don't know shit. There's a reason you're last in the SEC, guys.
Oh,
fuck you, volunteers. I love you, Cap. Cap, Tennessee alum, smartest man I know on the guitar. But goddamn, dude, fuck Rocky Top.
He'd be like, "Well, yeah, I mean, I can't say nothing."
I love Cap so much, but no, man, we see this all the time, and we're going to see them get worse, of course, of time. But yeah, hurricanes in general, it's our Katrina pretty much,
but it's it was bad. I'm not a mountain town kind of guy. If you ask me, you want to go to the mountains or you want to go to the beach? Beach, 10 out of 10 times, every time.
And I will leave you there.
Yes. But seeing the destruction that this caused, entire mountain towns, you see the house literally washing away and shit like that, and it's just holy fuck. And they're slowly getting to the point where they're rebuilt to a point. Tourism is back. They're asking for tourism, to help pump a little bit of money back in.
It all takes time.
Yeah.
It always takes time. With the Palisades being destroyed by fires, it takes time. That's all. Time is on your side, guys. It's fine. It's fine. Just, this time build a better road. This time reinforce some shit. All right, you're good. You're golden. Yeah. And it's not just North Carolina. It's, it's Eastern Tennessee, it's Northern Georgia, it's South Kentucky. It was everywhere in the Gulf of America, because that's apparently going to be a thing now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Woo!
But nah, it was a rough go.
And last little bit that happened in November, finally get to talk about the Mike Tyson Logan Paul fight.
Money grab.
Yeah, what was your full thought? Did you watch the fight?
I watched the whole thing twice.
Twice?
Because I want to go back and make sure I saw what I saw.
So what was your takeaway?
It was a money grab, and I'm fine with that. Paul, whatever his name is, held back a little bit, which I understand. But there was some times where Mike Tyson did that swerve he does, that dive. What he does is he leans forward and dives and swings, and then you'll see that left come up or you see that right come up, and it's like those are show enders. I get it. He's in his 60s, 50s or something. He's still got it. Don't ever walk up on this man and think he don't fucking got it. All right?
Yeah.
That's a goddamn fact.
Oh, yeah.
He will fuck your shit up like he did that boy on that plane. All right?
I remember that.
But I think this is the problem I have with boxing. I've always had a problem with boxing. It's a fix. You know, I loved talking about it last year because I wanted to see him murder this boy.
Yeah.
For our edification. But in the back of my mind, I'm just like, no, it's not going to happen.
Right.
And he's probably going to get his money because he's going to lose. And, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of stuff that ruins boxing. No different when Conor McGregor fought Mayweather. Conor McGregor is a martial artist. I don't like the motherfucker. But if he got in the ring with Mayweather, he'd snap his fucking neck because he'd kick him to death. Because boxers don't know how to get kicked. All right? Or he'll grab him by the neck and throw him to the ground and beat him to death. He'll slap them gloves off and beat him to death. Because that's what UFC is all about. UFC is about different martial arts going against each other. Hey, can a guy with jiu-jitsu fight a guy who can box? Can a guy who does Brazilian, whatever the fuck, fight a dude that can do kung fu?
Right.
This was just boxing, though. I don't respect Paul as a boxer because he hasn't fought anyone worth a fuck.
Nope.
He hasn't fought anyone with his age range or his weight range that are in their prime. Now, there's been word going around that there's another boxer from my time, post Mike Tyson, who also still got it, and it's a vicious motherfucker from Britain.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
Called Lennox Lewis.
Yeah.
Lennox Lewis was the contender, boy. I loved watching Lennox Lewis because he's just British Mike Tyson. He would just destroy people. He doesn't have the record of Mike Tyson, which is damn near perfect. But god damn, the power's there. And I'm just like, he won't fight him because Lennox Lewis is also known for overstepping in the ring a couple times. There's been records of him just like not stopping, and that proves to me there's no fix for Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, for Lennox.
So if he was to do it, I hope your fucking insurance is paid, bro. Like, I'm serious. Like,
yeah. My takeaway on the fight, it was rather similar. I kind of went into it with an interesting perspective, though, because even though you're only like 2 years older than me or so, you still had a background that nurtured a little bit more of that wrestling and boxing culture. Yeah. I didn't really grow up around that. So I didn't really go into this with any sort of warm, nostalgic, fuzzy feelings toward Tyson other than just the mental respect of, okay, well, he is the champ. You know, that type shit. So,
and you know what's crazy? When I was young, that was a controversial fucking statement.
Really?
That Mike Tyson was the greatest of all time. Because Muhammad Ali was still alive.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He was champ.
But even then, Muhammad Ali, in his, golden age, sat down with Mike Tyson during Arsenio Hall show, and they talked about it. And they're like, could you fight this man, Mike Tyson? And Muhammad Ali was like, no. He's too good. And it's that Muhammad Ali fucking jokester still deep inside, because at that time his brain was bad, and he was dealing with Parkinson's and all that. But he's still that glimmer. It's just like, oh no, I can't take this man. But it's the same Muhammad Ali. It's just like, you're old, Joe Frazier. You're old. I got you. I'll kill you in the ring. Fuck you, George Foreman, and your grill. Because it's like you don't know. You really don't know, but they're the greatest of their time,
right?
Which is a statement that people don't say enough. Okay, there are great guitarists of their time.
Right.
You can't compare them to now because we've made advancements.
Great drummers of the
their
time.
Yeah. Peter Criss is okay.
Or like Neil Peart. It's like he was fantastic first time, but there are a million YouTubers now that can smoke his ass.
Yeah,
but he was amazing for the time.
Yeah. If you're doing coke, he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Period. Neil fucking Peart. But like, you know, Michael Jordan was the greatest basketball player of his time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And before that, you had another contender, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I keep fucking going. And now you have LeBron James. In late 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, you had Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Dante have a fucking argument about this. He was the greatest of his time. And that's it.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson was the greatest of his time. And God, it was fun watching him fight too. That's the thing.
So that's what I was getting. So it's like I didn't go into it. That what you just said is the only basis I really had for Tyson.
That ain't just a cannibal.
Tyson's chicken.
Yeah.
But and I'm not even that like much of a boxing fan, much less even someone that watches a lot of like, you know, wrestling. But even someone that's like doesn't know shit from shit is watching this fight, seeing open spots Logan could have taken. Because there were a few times, like starting in the second or third round, Tyson was already getting really winded.
Yeah.
And there was a time he almost kind of left himself open a little too long. And even I'm sitting here watching and processing it, non-athlete going, you're open. Oh, fuck, you're open. And like my heart started racing going like, if Logan is the kind of jackass I think he is, he's about to go in for that pop, and this might not end the way we want it to.
The only reason I would disagree with you is he's in on the fix anyway. And if he was to be that cocky guy, being like, what if I just knocked him out? You know, we have the agreement to go the full distance and make our money, but what if I was to knock him out?
Yeah.
And he was to take that shot and fail? If he failed and Mike Tyson caught that punch, let's say in the face, but on a soft way, you just turned that motherfucker on.
Yeah.
And then it's, we need to peel him off this white boy. Because that was a mistake. Hey, that was a mistake a lot of guys made fighting Tyson was, oh, I'm going to go in for the kill. And he would take shots to the head. And you know what? That turned him the fuck on.
Yep.
And it was just a vicious, it was a crime.
Yeah.
Watching it like it was a crime.
And I will say, as much as it may have been a fix, you still have to take into consideration these are two people with massive egos, especially Logan. So, as much as I cannot stand the motherfucker, I still, or what, Jake, Logan, whoever it is, he earned 0.1% respect from me. Only because, even with a fix, he stepped beside his ego enough to, at the last 5 seconds of the match, take that step back and lay the gloves down and bow to him. No matter what kind of fix it was, he didn't have to do that. It could have still just been a pop, pop, pop to the very end. So, regardless of that, that gave me that 0.1 level of respect. Because, again, going into it, I'm sitting here going, okay, he's in a no-win situation. Either he gets beat up by an old man, or he beats up an old man.
Yeah.
You don't come out looking good either way.
Well, it's like a fighter fighting a woman.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Somehow, he still came out looking okay. And that was the one bit I kind of had to step back and go, all right, respect. Y'all could have ended that in so many other ways, and Logan was willing to do that.
The best thing about the fight is Tyson going the full distance.
Yeah.
At his age.
Even because you could see he was getting winded, and that hurt.
But that's what he needed as because his last fight, his last big fight was Holyfield. I watched that live.
Oh, wow.
with my grandpa. We sat beside each other, had pay-per-view at my house, had people over playing poker and shit, watching Mike Tyson and Holyfield, and he bites that motherfucker's ear off. It like takes a chunk out that motherfucker, and Holyfield was going to fuck him up.
Yeah.
And this is a great bookend for him, and he made a lot of money. Good for him.
Yeah.
If you still got it, do it.
And we all got to see his ass live on Netflix.
Before it skipped out.
That was my favorite bit. Is like, I did the whole Kiss thing. We were talking about before we turned on the episode how, like, I was not going to go see Kiss and Motley Crue live. And then, like, day of, I was like, fuck it, I'll buy lawn seats. And then I show up and it's like, you want a $10 upgrade? And I'm like, God damn it, fine. I did the same thing. I was like, I'm not going to watch it. I'll just watch the highlights tomorrow. But then the FOMO started kicking in and I'm like, I'm off work in time. I might as well do it. And we had the streaming problems. I was trying to get to work on my TV and on my phone because it would literally like back and forth. It was like, it'd stop working on my phone, start working on TV, stop working on TV, start working on my phone. I was out for about maybe 10 minutes on both. And I was like, right as I was about to turn them off, synchronized both of them. Tyson's ass. So not only on one screen, on two screens, it was just like, bam. Like, fucking lovely. Thank you, Netflix.
Something I think I'll bring up next episode is the streaming part of it when it comes to major sports events.
Yeah, because WWE is now streaming on Netflix.
Apparently Netflix is really vying for some other big sports events.
Make that a whole episode.
Yeah, I'll bring that up later.
Yeah. But that was really it for November, and now we're in the final
Trump one.
That was it for November. And on to the final month. My little PS in this one, because probably the biggest topic is also the meme of the month. But a little PS, Sonic 3 released. And I just have to go,
bravo.
Congrats, guys. I still haven't seen any of them, but you know what? They fucking did it.
Yeah.
They took a video game property and have had 3 successful movies for kids and brought back Jim Carrey and got him to act like a total nut job again.
What I love are the memes, and it's the quote from Jim Carrey, if the project is perfect, I will come back and act. And it's just like,
introducing Robotnik.
Yeah, Robotnik. You're fucking Eggman, really? Fucking, and you played yourself twice in a latex suit and fat suit dancing. You're perfect, Jim. Jim, never change.
I will say, I have seen spoilers for the end credits. Do you care about Sonic 3? So, spoilers for anyone. Fast forward if you want to. 3, 2, 1. Amy shows up at the end.
Okay.
So, Amy, and they're fighting the robotic Sonic characters.
Hell yeah.
So, I was just like, oh, that was the first time for any of, like, the post-credits I went, oh, all right, shit.
And they're going to just introduce that big bear-looking motherfucker and the gator and all that shit.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Pokemon universe. Or Sonic universe.
Once Sonic 3 starts streaming, I might do the marathon of watch all 3 back-to-back now that, like, it's all out there. Yeah. Since everyone's been giving it rave reviews. But yeah, and something else you mentioned, Jimmy Carter died. Could not slip out 2024 without a major death.
Jimmy Carter is probably the most morally high ground president we've ever fucking had.
He built a house on King of the Hill.
Not just that. He's probably the most respectable president we've ever had. And there's a reason he served 1 term. Is because he's the most ramshackled fucking president who's ever been. This man has been attacked the whole fucking presidency. This man gave up his farm to be a president. His brother died of anguish after he became president, because people called him a drunk, and he drank himself to death, even though he wasn't a drunk.
I'll prove you wrong.
But he said it before long before he died, was, I regret my family being part of this because it killed his brother.
Yeah.
All he did that was wrong as a president was tell the American people to their face during a fucking conference, during a special session on TV, and says, hey, we should cut back. That's the worst thing he ever fucking did, and that ruined his presidency.
Yeah.
Anything else he did perfect. created a fucking the Camp David Accords between Egypt and Israel, saved both their fucking asses. Okay, any other president would have nuked them both. Okay, fought through an oil crisis, and then had the best career any president has ever had post presidency, which was build houses for the needy.
Yep.
And didn't ask for a fucking dime above it. Garth Brooks volunteered to help Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter
love the story.
was 98 years old. Jimmy Carter had a piece of material fall on his head. Fuck him up. He goes back home to North Georgia, gets surgery, comes back to work. And Garth Brooks says, yeah, I was sitting there, and here comes Jimmy Carter, and he leans down, the former president of the United States, 98 years old, in fucking overalls and a plaid shirt with a fucking 3-inch scar above his eye, surgery, leans down. Do you need something to do, Garth? And Garth's like, no, sir. Because that transcends everything.
Yep.
When JC the carpenter asks you to pick up the fucking hammer and start helping the homeless, that's what you fucking do.
He's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Bobby. You goddamn right he is. Okay? He's the closest thing we had to it.
There you go.
The only problem was his wife. Rosalind Carter is hilarious because this is another Secret Service problem. Secret Service didn't vet the people she met, so she met and shook hands with John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, God.
She met and shook hands with Jim Jones. But it's because she's super fucking nice. Because her husband is super fucking nice.
Yeah.
And he died at home. He's one of the few presidents who have that fucking luxury. To have a legacy. No one's going to come close to that legacy in the next 1,000 fucking years as a president of the United States. No one. Not a fucking one of them.
Especially not in this current trajectory.
No, not in our first, not even the generation of presidents we've had are going to come close to that. So he deserved he deserves to be on the Mount Rushmore of presidents. He earned that spot. In my opinion, any president in the 70s was dog shit because they had a hard fucking time more than anybody. Because the 70s is a fucking terrible time to be alive.
Right.
But he made it work. Good for him. He has my fucking respect. He got the hostages out of Iran, told Reagan, hey, you need to go on television and tell everybody. The night before he's inaugurated, he tells Reagan, hey, get your fucking shit together and tell him the hostages are free. You can take credit. I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm done, man. I'm out the game.
It's your go now, buddy.
Yeah. Get out there.
Knock them dead.
Yeah. Oh, don't tell them, you have Alzheimer's. Or that you suck down jelly beans like a fucking weirdo because you can't quit smoking like a real man. Pussy. That's what he said to him. You know this, like Jimmy Carter, just like, pussy. Spit on Nancy's face. I heard you're really good at sucking dick, though. Is that true, commie? Like,
God damn.
Jimmy Carter's my favorite president.
I can tell. Rest in peace, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
And
2024, you mean bitch. But on the other scale of morality and fun.
Well, I was going to say, we've only got 2 left. I don't know which one we want to roll with. Do we want to roll with the other side of morality?
No, do the other one.
Or do we want to roll with the other side of horrible movies?
I'll do horror movies.
Kraven the Hunter was released in December to a round of...
So I saw this movie. Let me tell you something about this movie.
I heard it was worse than Madam Web.
It is. But their idea of introducing villains, perfect. 10 out of 10. Kraven and his brother are abused and treated like shit by their father, who's a criminal himself. Kraven goes the path of righteousness, right? And leaves his brother alone with this man. And if you were to write that as a compelling part of the movie, it would be fantastic.
Okay.
But you fucking didn't.
That's not like the main hook or like the main like launching?
No. If they had made a more compelling story about him feeling regret about leaving his brother behind, that's a cool movie.
There you go.
But his brother copes with the situation by standing in the background, blending in. But something his brother's good at is mimicking people.
No, god damn it!
But they did it in a cool way to make him chameleon.
As soon as you said mimicking people, I'm like, no, fuck off, no, because I already knew they had the rhino in there.
Yeah. So the rhino thing isn't the rhino thing. You know what I'm saying? He looks great.
Yeah, it looked fine.
Yeah, but he gets his ass kicked like halfway through the movie. Like Act 2, he's done. But if they had made the movie about Kraven and the rhino, it would have been okay. If they had made the movie about Kraven going against his father and saving his brother, it would have been fine. If they had made the brother more vicious, it would have made sense for him to be the chameleon. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
Is he got so good at blending in, he became that character you don't really care about. Like the chameleon. We don't care about him. We only see him as soon as Peter is near this motherfucker, his senses go off, and he's like, I'm going to kick him in the face.
Yeah.
That's the fucking end of the chameleon. You can't handle that shit.
Yeah.
Until Aunt May kills him. Which is one of the greatest story panels in comic book history, is when Aunt May kills him with oatmeal cookies.
But still, fun fact, Chameleon was technically the very first Spider-Man villain.
Yeah. And they set up this thing where he's just a villain. And if they had done something with it, like there's so many, like it seemed like when they made this movie, like 14 ideas were on the table, and the director's like, yeah, let's do them all.
Fuck it, we're Sony.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna lose these rights in like a week anyway.
Burn it down. I don't care.
Yeah, burn it down. That's literally what it is. Burn it down. And I'm not sure what they were going to do at the end.
Okay.
Because early on in the movie, there's a hunt where he can't kill a lion. Russell Crowe, I'm not ruining the movie for you. You gotta watch it. But Russell Crowe ends up killing the lion, skinning the lion, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But like him and the Kraven and the lion both had like this look of just like, the lion was going to walk away. Was it going to kill him? Was it because he's a boy?
Yeah.
But his dad kills him instead. And it kind of creates that mentality of like, there's moral high ground and my dad's on the fucking low road. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And his dad had made basically the jacket out of it.
Okay. Yeah.
And so when he kills his father and the way he killed that lion, it was comeuppance. The best way. And he takes the vest that way. Which was a cool idea. Whoever wrote that idea did a good job.
Is like one of the final scenes, like him in that cave holding the fire
That's
stick
not in the movie.
What? Like the coolest looking shot of Kraven?
Sony is really good at making shit that's not in movies.
Because seriously, that was the one scene from the trailer I went, oh fuck, that actually looks like Kraven the Hunter. No. He's got the pelt on. Yeah. He's got the fire
and you know what's
stick.
crazy? They introduced a character called Calypso.
Yeah.
Who's a Marvel mainstay.
Right.
Who keeps his ass alive because Kraven is tough, he's fast and mean, but he does get got, and she brings him back to life. And there's this scene with spiders, and that's supposed to be his hate for spiders. That is a dumb thing to do.
Oh my god!
I bet you. I'm going to tell you this. My theory is they did something where he has a vision quest in that fucking cave. They shot that scene, and someone said, "That's dumb. We need to connect it to Spider-Man," and they did the spider scene instead.
That feels so plausible. Oh fuck!
It's got to be connected to Spider-Man. It's got to be connected to Spider-Man.
See,
the Spider-Man.
And this is what just hurts me so much, and it just shows that Sony does not understand these villains from the ground up. Kraven doesn't need to have a hate for spiders. The whole motivation for Kraven going after Spider-Man is the game hunt. He sees Spider-Man as no different than the lions and the bears that he was already fighting. He sees Spider-Man as just another predator, and he wants to add Spider-Man to the collection because he is Kraven the Hunter. He doesn't need any more motivation other than he is half human, half arachnid. I must kill.
You know what I would have done? I would have done the father treats the second son like shit. Craven comes back, sees the viciousness that his brothers became because of the abuse, kills his father, and tells his brother to get out of the life of criminality or go somewhere else. He goes to New York, does some stupid fucking shit, and Andrew Garfield kills this motherfucker by accident because Andrew Garfield is the clumsiest fucking Spider-Man we've ever fucking seen.
Oh, and we already
Craven has to go all the way across the big water to kill the Spider-Man.
That would be 10 out of 10 because we already got the exposition in No Way Home where Andrew was just like, I got vengeful. I started like not pulling my punches anymore.
And let's say Chameleon tried to go that extra mile like Green Goblin and killed Aunt May.
Yep. And all of a sudden, we really weren't pulling punches.
Can you imagine how good an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man would be if he had to watch Sally Field get killed? And he says something, and he looks like Peter. Andrew Garfield has to kill the man that looks like him, creating the very morality complex he would need to pull his punches back because he had to kill this man in the third fucking act, only for the end credits scene for Craven to find out Spider-Man kills big fuck. J. Jonah Jameson writes the article. No picture because Andrew Garfield ain't giving him no fucking picture. and that's the storyline for the Amazing Spider-Man #3. You're welcome, Sony. I could have saved your fucking ass, and I thought that not high.
And you know what? They could perfectly readapt Craven's Last Hunt into that because that was the one where Craven actually got him.
Yeah.
Craven got his ass and buried him. That's my favorite fucking Craven story. I love that. Craven hunts down Spider-Man, kidnaps his ass, takes him to a rooftop, shoots him. Point blank range, shoots the motherfucker, buries his ass alive, takes the costume, starts running around town being Spider-Man. Peter eventually wakes the fuck up, breaks himself out of the coffin, Day of the Dead style, goes, hunts down the motherfucker, tracks him down, and Craven literally is just like, yeah, here's your costume back. He's like, okay, well, I'm here to fucking fight. He's just like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not. I won. He's like, what the fuck do you mean you won? He goes, I won. I killed you. I became the Spider-Man. I did the thing. You can have the costume back. Peter walks out of the room. Craven pulls out a fucking pistol, blows his brains out. The end.
Spider-Man 2 does it better. You know what they do?
What?
Craven gets the drop on both him and Miles. And because of the first game, you find out that Harry Osborn has been stuck to the symbiote the whole time in the game. In the second game, he gets out, and Norman's like, "Please, save my son, save my son," and he does it. He can't, and Venom gets loose with Harry Osborn as the control, but Harry Osborn ends up taking control of Venom, and looks at Craven and is like, "You, people like you remind me of my dad." And then that's the fucking fight.
Oh, shit.
He tears ass after this motherfucker. Because Craven's a bad guy in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The game. Perfect writing.
Hell yeah.
But, like, it's a video game. The writing's always going to be better. Because you have, like, 17 hours to write a movie in that span. So, like, yeah, we could do all kinds of crazy shit.
But no, deadass. I've got the book. If you've not read Craven's Last Hunt, I highly recommend it.
I did like the variant comic where Peter never takes it off. Takes the Venom suit off.
Oh, yeah,
and goes full tilt boogie on all of them. And even Craven at the end's just like, we fucked up.
We should have killed the spider.
We should have killed him. And it's like, no, motherfucker, we did kill the guy. Spider-Man is running around on his own as Venom, pretty much, and he kills Mysterio in a very fucked up way. He turns him into a fucking human grenade.
Yes.
And kills like a shit ton of them immediately. And this ain't even the one where Peter like takes his mask off and beats what's his name half to death in prison. Like, this is the other variant, and I loved it. It was very good, and because the costume changed a little bit, the mask had a little bit more texture to it.
Yeah,
it looked cool. But no, he goes the Sinister Six
full tilt boogie,
like, and like he fucking ruined those boys. Like, don't even you dream about villainy, you wake up and apologize. Like,
And last but not least,
speaking of villainy,
the Hero of the Year award goes to
it's a me, Luigi. Pop. Don't forget, there's 3 shots. This motherfucker, slickest motherfucker alive, I swear to God.
Luigi Mangione.
And you know what's crazy? The law, in their infinite fucking glory, deified this man with the pomp and circumstance as if he was the man who, like, if he was a Marvel villain.
Oh, yeah.
They deified this man.
Oh, dude, they gave him the Hannibal Lecter treatment.
Yeah, why? He's a guy with a bad back who shot a guy in the back.
That denied some claims.
Yeah.
For his family.
Well, not just that, but, like, was a money over morality man. That's who he killed.
Right.
All right. Man is still a victim. I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his wife and kids don't have a husband, don't have a father. But there are consequences to the actions you do when building your wealth. And he got his.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Like, we hear about drug dealers getting shot in the fucking head all the time. We don't shed a fucking tear for them, do we? No. If a cop was to get killed tonight,
people would rejoice.
No, but if a cop, some would rejoice. But most of the news would be like, "Oh my God, that officer has been killed." Hold my, whoa.
Yeah.
If a fireman got killed, that's what you need to report. Firemen don't fuck people over. That's why there's not a song called "Fuck the Fire People." Like,
I love that subplot in American Dad. That was so good.
Yeah. There's no song called "Fuck Firemen."
Fuck the FDNY.
Yeah. There's no song about that. But like, it's the perfect example of law and justice.
Mm-hmm.
And justice, in my opinion, was done.
100%.
However, he did kill a man in cold blood in the most comically fashioned way I could think of a comic book villain would do. He was created to be a villain. It's very Shakespearean in a way, because he wrote deny, depose, defend on the fucking bullet casings.
No.
Caught him outside of an investor meeting that was about to go down about making sure shareholders got more money in a business where there shouldn't be shareholders. In a business that ruins lives, destroys the American consciousness.
Yep.
And they stepped over his fucking corpse on the way in because he didn't matter either.
Yep.
The only thing that's going to be wild about this is trying to get a jury.
Whew.
And then, after you get a jury, you're going to have these despicable fucks like Nancy Grace, whose desk is made of baby coffins, get on live television and try her fucking fat ass to try to justify killing this man.
Mm-hmm. Well, he did it.
Oh, yeah, of course he did it, you dumb bitch. They'd kill you, too, if they caught you without security. LPN made that very clear one episode where they saw her at a crime con in fucking sweatpants and cowboy boots, and the 7 security guys surrounded her ass.
Damn.
Because she's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Judge Judy are just vitriol. The word cunt cannot be spelled without Nancy Grace and Judge Judy.
I didn't know you had a thing for Judge Judy.
She manipulated.
Another episode.
Another fat-ass white lady. But
hey, Pixar does them good.
yeah. That is the perfect meme that should never age. It's the thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. Still handcuffed.
I was going to say, yeah, as soon as I said Disney Pixar does it well, you did the little finger guns.
But
Luigi,
in the next 2 years, we're going to probably hear about the trial. Because it's going to take 2 or 3 years.
You think so?
Yes. If his lawyer's smart, he'll bide his time. Maybe plead guilty to murder, not in the first degree, but murder in the second degree or something, and he'll serve life in prison. If he's on the lucky end. If the prosecutor of New York decides to be that guy and say, I'm seeking the death penalty for Luigi Mangione, in all intents and purposes, the prosecutor of New York shouldn't live in New York anymore. Because there's enough vitriol and hate for anyone who wants to defend the life of this healthcare man, that, or any CEO at this point, that you are not safe, and you should take these threats very seriously. And this is, and what they're doing is they're kind of playing into the hands of what he's done. Is that he's showing the world, look, I killed a guy. I killed one man, and they're treating me like I killed 500. Look! This is what happens when you kill one of them. One of those.
They can kill so many of us.
But it's not just that. That boy that shot all them people at that black church in South Carolina. That guy is a villain.
Yeah.
That guy should have got that treatment. With cops surrounding his ass.
He got handled with white gloves.
And it's fucking bullshit. And the one thing it proves to me is they're scared.
Yep.
And they fucking should be. Okay? They fucking should be. Everyone should be scared of being murdered. That's a real fear we have as adults. You live in a city, I live in a rural countryside. We both have problems about thinking we might get shot the fucking back for something.
Especially in the industry I'm in.
Yeah. But the fact that they wheel him out, or stroll him out with all these cops, he's such a violent man. And yet we see people on the other end who don't get this treatment. There wasn't 50 fucking cops when they brought in Harvey Weinstein. There weren't 50 fucking cops when they brought in Madoff, when he screwed all them people out of money. The biggest thief of them all. And you're telling me y'all didn't stroll this motherfucker out for all God to see with all them open windows and high skyscrapers? You're telling me you didn't put him out there front and center for some guy who lost his house and his wife and his fucking kids to get his fucking old ass brains blown out the back of his skull? Oh, you knew exactly what the fuck you were doing. I saw a perfect meme for this, and it was the screenshot from the Hunger Games of all the rich, weird-looking people cheering and clapping. It's like what all the rich people are going to be doing when they execute this man.
Yep.
Because let me tell you something what's going to happen in the 4 years. They're bringing execution back on the federal fucking level. That's what they're going to do. They're going to bring it back. No state can deny it. It's not going to be part of the Fifth Amendment anymore. We're bringing execution back, and I wouldn't be surprised if they brought the old ways of execution back, such as the electric chair.
Hell yeah! 2025, let's fucking kick it off, baby! Woo!
DWIs and alibis. Eye of the beast.
I do love though the one shining light on this. So when they did make him do his perp walk and everything, it was immediately called out how he had a fresh fade, and that was a sign that the inmates were taking care of him. And I was just well, because he was only in for a day or two, and then he came out and he had the fade, and but again, that was just that sign of the inside of being look, we're gonna take care of him. He's fine.
I think it shows the true colors of the people in charge.
Yeah,
with what's happening. One thing I found kind of disruptive was the cease and desist orders from United Healthcare about showing his photo. People were getting a lot of cease and desist orders from United Healthcare because they copyrighted his photo from so many perp things. Yeah. They copyrighted it as a healthcare company, the man who killed one of their own, to force social media outlets to. So if you posted a picture from CNN or Fox News, yeah, it was copyrighted material.
Wow.
So they don't want him to be They don't want him to be idolized. Yeah. Even though that's what the justice system just did. They showed the villain. And I'm like, hey, this beats Joker too.
You get what you deserve.
Hey, this is a great. That's a great Joker too. You know, just shooting a healthcare guy in the back.
There you go.
You gonna stop me, Batman?
Would have been better than Harley Quinn and Lady Gaga.
I didn't even mind that part. It's just like she abandons him in that movie. She abandons him.
Good job, Harley.
And they kind of give this vague thing that the Joker is someone else too at the end of the movie. Like,
yeah, like he passes it down to like the Joker
like
know.
But like he's just like one of many that become the Joker, which kind of makes sense in storylines. Like if you're trying to tell the Joker's not one man. Mm-hmm. He's a consciousness of hate.
He's an idea.
Yeah, but nah, let's just keep it one dude, guys. Let's not do a multiverse of bullshit.
Well, I know we missed a shit ton, but what do you think of 2024 now that we've condensed it down into this 2.5 hour episode and looked at it in retrospective goggles?
Look to the future, guys.
It's got to be a better year this year.
It's going to get so much fucking worse.
No, better.
No.
Better.
No, worse. Worse. It's going to be so much. Joker 3.
No. I hopefully that shit's dead in the water.
Joker 3. It's going to be that girl from Push by the novel Sapphire or whatever. It's going to be her as Joker, the big black girl.
I'm just hoping for a Screen 7 this year. That'll make the year a little better.
Neve Campbell's the bad guy.
Oh God, she's the actual.
Jamie Kennedy comes back. He was never dead this whole time.
Oh shit!
Or Sean Ashmore, whoever the fucking guy was from the first one. He never really died. It's just been a long con.
It's all been a dream. Oh God, what if they do multi-universe since they're always like doing tongue-in-cheek stuff? What if they find a way to make it like a multiverse Scream movie?
The biggest fuck you they could do. Here's what Scream 7 could do. Just like in the last movie, because anything after 7 is garbage. True garbage.
Yeah.
For example, Jason Takes Manhattan is 8.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So let me just put that out there. They do it. Neve Campbell comes out on top, but as she's walking away, the cops are coming, but you see the body move. You see Ghostface move.
Yeah.
And that's it. It just goes black, and it's like the end, and it's like a question mark.
Uh-huh.
And then the movies is just like Kim Kardashian and Kanye watching. I'm like, that movie fucking sucked, and that's the end of the movie.
God damn. You just scary movied it. Big middle fingers to everybody.
Fuck you, audience. Or it's just them talking like, man, Nev did a really good job.
Right.
And that's the end of the movie. It turns out it's all been meta. It's all been a fucking movie in a movie within a movie. It's a Rashomon of bullshit. And at the end of it, it's like dedicated to David Lynch.
That would be the ultimate fuck you to the whole franchise.
Well, like at the very end, it's like this movie's dedicated to David Lynch. Because fuck you, that's why. You like weird movies, you motherfucker? I like weird movies.
Well, if you guys want to get in on the action that Chris and I have been talking about for...
Sorry I got serious on some shit.
No, that's the fucking couch bird. Well, it's like, we consolidated shows. There's not, Cryptic Conspiracy Cult right now. And History for God, is kind of on the back burner. So, we got to be able to condense them all back into the couch potatoes. It all works. But if you want to get in on the card hunting that Chris and I have been talking about for the last few episodes, you do have a chance to win a holographic Mewtwo. It has been well played. It's been well used. Do not expect anything higher than a PSA 3 off this thing. However,
if you get a card from us and you PSA grade it, I'm coming to your fucking house.
But Chris picked up a couple Mewtwo's, and he has donated one to the cause for the network. So one lucky listener or YouTube viewer will win this, and we'll be doing the giveaway on that in here in just a few weeks. So if you want to be entered in that giveaway, click that link in the episode description, sign up. All you gotta do is provide your name and your email, and then you gotta subscribe to the YouTube page. That's all you gotta do. Name, email, subscribe to the YouTube, and that's it. Hit submit, and your name will be in the bucket, and I will make a video with the name randomizer, just like I did for the hamburger toy giveaway, and we'll rock it out that way, and we'll send you a little goodie bag with some extra stickers and all that fun stuff. And yeah, it'll be your chance to get yourself a base set holographic Mewtwo that's been well played and well loved. And yeah, as things continue to move along here, we'll be doing hopefully a couple more video things. Like I said, I did some shooting today for Crazy Cool and Monstore, so you guys can expect that on the YouTube page as well. And who knows, might try to find a way to maybe do a video game play, or we've been talking about doing like the movie watch-alongs again. That'd be pretty fun. Well, we're figuring some stuff out, and if you guys have any sort of recommendations for us, let us know in the Discord, or send me a message. Do something. Reach out. Be interactive. God damn it. 2025 is the year of interaction. I'm going to make it fucking happen.
It's going to be a lot more fucking serious.
This is serious time with the Couch Potatoes. But for this episode of said Couch Potatoes, I have been Alex, and Chris, do you have any sort of final thoughts for us?
In the year of 2025, all I could say is get as much money as humanly fucking possible. Get it while you can, before some undeserving motherfucker tries to take it away from you.
Stack them bills.
Get that Skrilla.
Now your time is grown, you should You've been listening to the Something Good Network. If you liked what you heard, you can follow us on Instagram, and check out the other great shows on the network. Link is in the episode description.